What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
Come on in. You're more than welcome to join us here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. The old programski, from what I understand. It's going to be a magical day from one end of town to the other, so we hope it's a good one for you. Josh?
Yes.
You know something? I'm going to tell you something right now.
What's that?
I feel safer when I'm with you.
Safer, you say?
Oh, that's so sweet.
That is so sweet.
You know what else?
Although I feel like the other shoe's going to drop.
It's not. Nothing's going to drop.
Like my ears are going to protect you from flying bullets or something like that.
No
my
more
giant
jokes
ears.
about your ears. Not today.
That was so yesterday.
You want to know what else, Cubby?
What else?
I thought of you all day yesterday. Thought of nothing but you.
I love that for me.
Here's what I'm doing so far. And I've already made 2 statements. I'm gonna continue with this. These statements are supposedly, Josh, the hottest non-sexual things that one person can say to another. Now, if somehow one of these statements ends up causing the two of us to have sex, well, then I guess we'll just take them off the list. But these are supposedly, we've known each other for 30 years. Most of that time, most of that relationship has been non-sexual.
Yeah, I would say the great majority of it, actually.
Right.
The most memorable moments, of course, were the sexual
ones. But most of the 30 years have been
overwhelmingly platonic.
Platonic and non-sexual.
More disappointing for one of us than the other.
Right. I know that the desire runs a little deeper on one side than it does the other, but we've been able to work through it. So I'm going to continue on. I'm going to go ahead with this. You just react naturally, okay? Tell me if you agree, whatever. React naturally. Again, these are the hottest non-sexual things that one person can say to another. You make hard things feel manageable. Now, I know I said hard.
Dang it, because I wanted to say, I'll show you a hard thing that you can't manage.
Right. I know that
I'm not going to say that.
That one, we're off to an awkward start. The statement, again, is, you make hard things feel manageable. That's nice, I suppose. Yeah, okay, I see where they're going with that one. Do you guys know people who make the manageable things hard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Plenty of those people.
It really doesn't need to be this much drama.
Exactly.
Dude. It seems like they're multiplying daily, aren't they? The people who make manageable things hard. Okay. Josh, that was one of the hottest things someone can say. One of the hottest non-sexual things one person can say to another. And that's a hell of a nice compliment. You make hard things feel hot stuff here. Huh? Text me when you get home.
I don't really get that one.
You
I
don't?
like that.
Like
yeah.
You're glad they left?
I don't know.
Or just
No.
you,
No,
you
got home
care
safe.
enough. Yeah, you care enough to know.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
concern for the other?
Yeah.
It's funny. I've gotten to the point with like me and my friends where they're like, text me when you get home, even though I totally know you're not going to because you always forget. I'm like, yep, I will do exactly that.
You know, that reminds me. I've got a friend. Like I'll say, "Hey, say hi to your wife for me," and he will just outright say, "You know, I'm not going to do that. I'll get home. I'll forget. There's no real point. She knows you like her."
Text me when you get home. Okay. I didn't think of it as a...
It's very controlling.
Ooh, it is kind of controlling.
I'm just kidding.
And you like that.
yes.
You like to be controlled.
Yeah.
I see. It's a concern for your friend or loved one type of a thing.
No, I do agree with that. It's nice that they care. But let's say you don't, and then they don't follow up. It was just something people say.
It reminds me of a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with Larry David and Ted Danson, and they're at a dinner party, and Ted Danson's leaving to go get to the airport to go on a plane or ride. He goes, "Yeah, I'll text you guys when I land." And Larry goes, "No need. If the plane crashes, we'll hear about it."
I was told to eliminate something from my vocabulary. My wife has made a request that I eliminate a certain statement that I make quite often to her. She doesn't want to hear it anymore. Whenever she goes, Summers, I always say, "All right, be careful." She told me the other day she doesn't want to hear that anymore.
Why?
Is it the way you say it, like trying to be sarcastic, or?
Oh no, I'm not sarcastic in any
she's
way.
Wild?
No. Suggesting no. I say it very sincerely. When she takes the dog for a walk, when she's driving over to this or that, she's all right, I'm going to my folks' place, whatever the hell it is. I always say, be careful. And I can't remember exactly her reasoning behind it, so I said, okay, I won't say it anymore. I don't care. But I can't recall, but I've been told to stop saying be careful.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that sounds sweet.
All right, again, some more of these statements that are supposedly the hottest non-sexual things you can say to another person. I'm trying them out on Josh. Want to go get a beer? Well, see, you don't like beer.
Well, the gesture is very cool.
The gesture?
I'm actually going through something right now.
What is that supposed to mean?
There's a newer friend of mine who's like, dude, we got to get together for a happy hour. And I thought there's some pressure. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I want to get together, but it's going to be disappointing if I don't order a drink, and I just don't have any real desire to.
When you get a Shirley Temple going, and you're going to feel embarrassed about that?
Who is this? Number one, who is this new friend now? Who is this?
And what are his intentions with you?
When are you going to?
I think just to be closer pals.
When are you going to introduce us to him?
I'd love to introduce. You'd love him.
Who is this? A new friend?
It's a relatively new friend.
We
yeah.
need to vet this guy.
I think you guys would think he's a solid dude.
Well, does he know that you don't drink?
No.
Well,
at least I don't think so.
what are you worried
Well,
about?
no, he must not, because he invited me to. He's like, we got to go get beers or something.
What are you worried about?
Well, I know I'm going to disappoint the guy.
Well, how old of a guy is he?
Oh, I don't know.
13, 14?
Early 30s.
Yeah, but
early 30s.
Maybe late 20s.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
Kind of tough to tell.
Well,
Whoa.
you're dipping into the young stuff.
I don't know how old he is.
Interesting.
Man.
But you can't go and then you can't go out with him and then just not order a beer. Like, you have to tell him ahead of time.
You don't think that's weird, though? That's what I'm wondering. Like, hey, just so you know.
You could, suggest something else,
No,
at the same time. Because that's like when I tell my husband, like, hey, I want ice cream. And then we go to the ice cream store and then he just, like, doesn't get any. I'm like, oh, so this is just me? Like, I don't like that feeling. Like, I get that feeling about, like, going out for lunch with somebody. And I get a beer, and then they get a water. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm an alcoholic.
I totally understand, which is part of my struggle.
You guys are all nuts. Okay, you go out with the guy, and you order a pop or whatever, and if he doesn't like it, he can kiss your ass.
Nah, he's not. I don't think he'll be pissy, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like,
why would he be pissy?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he will be.
Yeah.
But I know what Ashley's saying. Like, I don't want to leave him hanging.
You guys overthink things.
What I need to do is just get more people involved.
What the hell are you doing
There you
hanging
go.
out with a 29, 30-year-old?
Well, I don't know how old he is. He's 30s, 40s. I'm not sure.
Going after some of that young action.
Yeah. Ooh.
If the guy judges you for not having a drink, then he's a douche, and you don't need to hang out with him anymore.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know who said that. That's not me thinking he's going to judge me for that. It's more so I just don't want to leave him hanging, like Ashley said,
Yeah.
or it'd make him feel bad.
F these guys. F these people who judge you like that. Okay. Now, here's a statement that's a little bit loaded, in my opinion. And it goes like this. I saved this for you because I knew you'd like it. Now, it depends on what it is. If it's a souvenir from the ball game, that's cute. But if I say that to you, Josh, while holding my feces in my hand,
Or a lock of someone else's hair.
yes, that's concerning.
Used condom.
You know, I the reason that doesn't do anything for me is because I have a person in my life who will say something like that, but it's just garbage they want to get rid of from their house. They don't want to throw it away.
Yep.
They feel
Bogus.
guilty throwing it away.
They don't want to take the time to bring it to Goodwill.
Nope, not going to bring it to Goodwill. They'll have to wait
Shady.
in line there.
That's shady.
Hey, I thought of you. I'm like, oh, wonderful. I've always wanted a collection of doilies.
We tried. I'm gonna put an asterisk next to that one because I might have a story for you if we have time. I saved this for you because I knew you'd like it. Okay. Again, these are supposedly the hottest things, the hottest non-sexual things you can say to another person. I brag about you when you're not around.
That's awful nice.
That is nice. I saw this and immediately thought of you. It depends on what it is. I saw this and immediately thought of you.
If it says Massengill on the box, yeah, that's probably not good.
I mean, roadkill or something, that would be concerning, but
I get that one a lot because, as you guys know, I have a certain amount of interest I'm very, very, very passionate about, so people associate me with them. So say when there's Fast and Furious news or there's news about Lego, they send it to me and they go, hey, I thought of you. And it's kind of a nice feeling.
Well, I don't do it because your response is, yeah, I got about 500 texts on this.
Yeah.
That sometimes does happen, yes.
Twice this week, people have emailed me something to forward to you about a new Lego set. I got another email coming your way. Did you get the other one?
Yeah, I
earlier?
did. That was awesome. That was cool. That Millennium Falcon, that was cool.
Yeah, I got another one coming your way.
Awesome.
I'll
Bring
send
it
to you
on.
right now. 2 times this week.
let's order in.
Oh, that is
Oh
hot.
my gosh, that turns me on.
I've been waiting to watch this with you. Uh-oh, it's a snuff film. No.
Starring your mom.
Oh, God. Okay, sure. People like that when, you would rather watch a program with them than without them. There are some people who just think that's so wonderful.
Well, my wife and I definitely do that, where like a lot of times I'll just kind of mess with her and say, hey, if she's going to work or whatever, I'll let you know what happens in this favorite show or whatever.
What's it like to have similar interests in television programming? Because I have none of that in my relationship, with the exception of one, the Timberwolves.
It's
other
awesome.
than that, we have absolutely nothing in common when it comes to television programming.
There's very few things we disagree on. Like, if it's a post-apocalyptic movie, she's not going to watch it. She's tired of them. She's tired of the genre. I love it. Like, I like the Greenland movies. I was just watching the second one.
Oh, I haven't seen the second one yet.
It's not as good, but it's good. Still entertaining. So I'll try and talk her into some of that. She won't. Documentaries, we're into completely different ones. Any 90s hip hop or something like that, or certainly wrestling. She's all in on that kind of thing, and usually, especially the hip hop ones, it's not my style of music, so I'm very selfish in that regard.
I think
is,
documentaries are like the one thing me and my husband do not like. He likes them, and I find them annoying and boring. I hate
really?
documentaries. Yeah, I don't care.
I'll watch a documentary on anything.
Almost
Jesus.
every single one of them. They just bore the heck out of me.
I don't get it. I'm also a documentary guy. Hey, Josh.
Yes,
I'll handle this.
that's pretty hot. I mean, there's also, you could...
Hot but non-sexual.
Yep.
A hot but non-sexual thing from a movie that I always think of, there's something about Mary. Ben Stiller's character had a bad day. He's kind of flustered, and Mary says, hey, do you just want to go inside and watch SportsCenter? And I always found that just so hot.
All right, I'm not trying to freak you out. But you just told that story.
I know, yeah. I know I did. I meant to reference that. I brought it up the other day, but
For a second there, I thought
that's the number one
Dana
thing.
was in a car accident.
When there's things that are non-sexual that are still hot, that's something that always comes top of mind for me.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
You can sleep. I'll take care of the baby. Wait a minute. When the hell did we get a baby?
Yeah, that's a really good feeling.
Did you steal someone's baby? Josh?
Sleep.
Anything that has to do with the care of the child, like, hey, I'll change this diaper. I'll take him right now. Thank you.
What is this one? Again, these are the hottest things you can say to someone that are supposedly non-sexual. I like listening to you talk. I want to hear your opinion first, and often I do when it comes to you and me, Cubby. I know your coffee order. Boy, that would be tough for me to ever be able to say that honestly, because I've never ordered a coffee in my life. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
My wife isn't into it like she used to be, but she'd go to like a Starbucks quite often, and her order, it was kind of embarrassing for me to order.
Oh, yeah.
Words I've never put together before, words I don't understand. I got yelled at for calling a venti a large.
What?
Not by my wife, by the person working at
Are you serious? I've never once called them by their actual names. I always say like a medium, and they never say anything.
I've had people get crabby about that.
Again,
Really?
Ashley, it's weird that we have to remind you this much. You live by the cute blonde rules.
Does that apply to like the 16-year-old girls that are working there, though?
Yes. It applies to your entire life. It's like a parallel existence to us regular schlubs. You live in a different world.
Finally, the last two statements here. I've been trying these out on Josh. These are supposedly non-sexual, but pretty hot at the same time. Just to simply hear someone say, "You're really good at that." And finally, this one kind of makes my skin crawl because this is not my style. Eating someone else's leftovers. Well, I mean, like, not out of the refrigerator, but you and I are having dinner, and I push my plate to you and say, "Do you want, my leftover?" No.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
When my wife gets full and she goes, "You want the rest?" Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's like an everyday situation for me and my husband.
No, I don't like that. Back to this. Yeah, I made a little asterisk. What was the statement again? I saved this for you because I knew you'd like it. And Josh was mentioning he's got at least one person in his life that makes that statement and then brings over their garbage because they have no other place to put it.
Yeah, they weren't thinking about you. There was
No.
never a time where they looked at that and go, you know who would enjoy this more than me? It's just, I got to find some sucker to take it.
One of the most cold-blooded scams I've ever witnessed firsthand was done to me by one of my best and oldest pals. And this is many years ago, and this is when I learned, I can't trust this sumbitch. He's shady as all hell. I mean, I've had shady friends before, but I kind of knew it right from the get-go. This guy had me suckered for a while. Now, we're still friends, but this was so sleazy and so shady, I considered cutting off our friendship. At the time, I had a detached garage, and I had a big old wood-burning barrel in that garage, and we had a lot of beer parties out there.
You had a burn barrel?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
In the middle. Well, not a burn barrel like the drunks hang around in the movies. I'm talking about a wood-burning barrel.
Oh, it's like actually meant to do for that. Oh,
yes.
okay. That's what I was picturing.
You thought we were hovering around
A firing barrel?
a fire barrel inside my garage?
Yeah.
That would be very dangerous. So anyway, we spent a lot of time out there drinking all year round. Even when it was 20 below, we'd load that barrel up with firewood. So my pal calls me and says, "Do you need some firewood for your burn barrel?" I said, "Yeah, I am getting kind of low." And he said, "I'll swing some by. I got a pickup bed full of wood. It's all yours. I got too much." I said, "That's great. What a wonderful..." So I jump into the douche real quick. When I come out the shower, my pal's already got all that wood dumped onto my property, and he's out there with his shirt off, and he's chopping wood. He's got a big old block, and and it's popping in half like you're watching a friggin' commercial to visit the Pacific Northwest, right? Like, papa, he's cracking wood. It's beautiful. And I said, "Oh, man, thanks." Big pile of wood out there. And he says, "Yeah, I got to get going. I got an appointment with this and that, but there you go. It's all yours." I said, "Cool." I go outside, and I put a log up on the block because I'm going to finish what he started. I draw that, what do you call the thing, Josh?
Your axe?
Axe. I draw the axe back, and I plant it into that first log, and it's just... Wow. Oh, we got a bad piece here. Soaking wet. I kicked that one off the block. I put another one out there. I swing the axe. Every last piece that he brought was just piss-soaked garbage. It had been sitting outdoors for how long? But he put on this beautiful show for me.
What a D-bag.
The only 2 or 3 decent logs he had that were splittable, he did himself, knowing I'm watching. He must have thought of this for days. And now I'm left with a yard full of just piss-soaked garbage logs.
I would have killed him.
He took all the wood from his property that he didn't want, put it in the bed of his pickup, and brought it to my place under the illusion that he was doing me a favor. I was so friggin' pissed off. Anytime he and I are drunk together now and he crosses me, I bring that friggin' story up.
How long ago was this?
And I say, I know who you really are.
How long ago was this about?
Oh, 20 years.
And you still bring it up? That's funny.
Oh, yeah. Friggin' sleazy, shady prick bastard.
What do you think of this one? So a friend of mine, I mean, it's like, it's a combo of kind of good and kind of bad. So a friend of mine, his buddy, I don't know the guy too well, said to him, you know what, I'm getting a new car. I know you got a son, and you guys need another vehicle. I'm going to give him my old car.
Oh!
And so he's like, wow, what a gesture. I mean, that's so unexpected. I can't believe it. Are you sure? Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
I want to do this for the kid. So the kid gets the car, the transfer, the title, all that kind of stuff. And then my buddy finds out there's still 2 years of payments on this vehicle. And the guy had gotten a new one and realized he couldn't pay both and never told him what at all that he didn't completely own the car. So he had a car that was half paid for, but at the same time, you'd think you'd bring that up. Like, just so you know, there's like 2 years of payments on this.
That's absolutely crazy. That's not a friend. Honestly, that's really dirty and shady.
Hilarious.
Well, he told me the story, and he's like, so is he being nice and just forgot, or is he jumping off a car he didn't want to pay for?
Yeah.
You don't forget that you owe money on a car. What a POS.
Yeah, you don't forget to tell somebody, certainly. Like, hey, are you in a position where you can take over the payments? You think you'd check on that.
Yeah, 100%.
So I guess check out, sign the dotted line or whatever, or read the script. That was odd.
That's great.
Yeah, I think I'd be kind of frustrated.
Oh, absolutely. Come on. Anybody would be. All right, you dirty bastards. What else is going on around here? It's Wednesday. And we'll talk a little bit about the Wolves, I'm sure. Those bastards are up against it now. The Pigs are up against it. They got a game tonight, for Christ's sake. I don't know. Part of me, of course, if this is it for the Timberwolves, it won't be a happy thing for me. But in the end, I just don't know if I can handle a 4 to 7 game series with Oklahoma City without ending up in an insane asylum.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering, like, if at this point you kind of want to be put out of your misery.
Yeah,
'Cause
a
I
mercy
feel that-
kill.
There's something to it.
It seems like it's over.
Oh, it ain't over.
You don't think so?
No.
It sure seems like it, though.
Of course. They're down.
I mean, they barely
Yeah.
won without Wimbayami, when
Yeah.
he gets ejected.
Right.
And then yesterday they got worked.
That was absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I don't think last night's game was that ridiculous. I mean,
Didn't they lose by 30?
Well, when you put it up against, what do you call it? What game was it? 3? So, anyway, no, I didn't think last night was that bad. I mean,
My husband wants the Spurs to win just because he knows that the Wolves can't beat OKC. And he's like, I don't want OKC to win. So.
Yeah, I can see that logic there.
He's like, it's just.
and again, the
Let's
Pigs
get this
got
over
up-
with.
Yeah, I don't know if my mental health can handle a series with Oklahoma City. Selfish, I know. But here we go. We'll take a little breaky break. We'll come back with the stupid news here in a couple of minutes.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
The Hammer Alley Podcast, an 80s flashback mockumentary.
Modestly speaking, in 1987, we knew Hammer Alley was better than Def Leppard, White Lion, Glass Tiger, John Cougar, and other artists named after Wildcats.
How did they go from top of the rock to rock bottom?
That band that won Battle of the Bands, Hammer Alley, is as current as a bowling alley. Have you been in one of those lately?
Hammer Alley.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform. Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right. Hey, Josh, you should know that a couple listeners have texted in this morning to thank you. The reception is awesome so far.
Well, I've learned with my big ears I can only turn my head just a little bit before it affects the reception. We were having some issues yesterday.
You've been holding mainly still in one position this morning, so the reception for our wonderful listeners has been perfect, and they want to thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Anything for a better listening experience.
Well, it's either that or we're going to get you one of those Hannibal Lecter dollies, you know, where you're just kind of locked in place.
And I can't move too much?
You can't move your head left or right.
Dana,
I think the show's been sounding great.
I want to look at you, Dana, but I'm afraid to turn my head that way.
It's for the greater good, Josh.
It is the greater good.
All right, here we go. For the first time in a long time, we're going to go back to an old gimmick we used to play around with back in the day here on the Half-Assed Morning Show. An old gimmick called Back or Front. Huh? You want to play a little bit? Back or F me running front. Those were some wild times.
And after a while, there really was a strategy to, even though as ridiculous of a game as that was, there's some strategy to it.
There was.
Where you could kind of hear which way it was.
Yeah. After a while.
By the response and the amount of the thrust per minute, things like that, the TPMs.
Advanced
TPMs.
What is a TPM?
Thrust per minute.
Thrust per minute.
Advanced analytics on back to front.
I'm telling you, there really was. After what you listen to enough of it, you can kind of tell.
If you don't have any idea what we're talking about, we still get texts now and again from listeners asking why we don't play the porn audio game.
Which is crazy to me. Why don't you do that anymore? It's 2026. You can't do that.
Well, that's part of it, but I'll explain. A lot of listeners, well, some listeners do ask why we don't play the game anymore, where contestants had to listen to hardcore porno movie audio and then try and determine through the terrible sounds that the porn star was making. Contestants had to determine if the penetration in the porno movie was originating from the front door, which is something that Josh calls the virgina.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted to give you credit for being the first one to
make sure I was saying it right.
Yeah, no,
virgina.
I was trying to give you the credit that's due. Or was the action happening in the back door, which is something that Cubby calls the corn chute. And Ashley said, sure, it's 2026, lots has changed. But that's not originally why we stopped playing back or front. For me, for Josh, it just wasn't funny anymore. I mean, there was a time, everything has a shelf life. There was a time when I thought that was so funny and so unique, but after a while, it just wasn't funny. It wasn't entertaining us anymore, and I think it just, like any other radio bit, it kind of wore out its welcome.
For me, it was more like people text and said, hey, wish I could listen, but thanks to that game, I can no longer listen at work. And we got enough text where I thought, geez, we're kind of ruining people's days here that would prefer to tune in, but they can't even listen to the radio at all at work.
It happens. Today's version of Back or Front is very different, and it won't be easy because there's a lack of detailed information here, and there's no audio. Today's version of Back or Front, just listen to what I have here for you in our first stupid news story of the day. And maybe someone can tell me if it was the back or if it was the front. A gal from a place called Traverse City, Michigan. Word is she stole a bottle of hooch from her neighborhood liquor store. And by damn, the folks at the liquor store say she hid the bottle in what they call here her body cavity.
Well, my first thought was vagina. Then I questioned that. I don't know. I don't know which way.
The gal's 48 years old. So I think it's safe to say that she's put a few miles on that thing by now, if that helps you guess at all. It's flexible by now.
I wish they'd say if she was a mother. I mean, that might also
You're
add...
a mother.
Yeah.
A mother what?
They don't mention that. So here's the deal. A day or two ago, the folks at the liquor store say they spotted this gal just straight up drinking a bottle of booze in their store at around 9 o'clock in the morning. They threw her out of the joint. The next day, the gal came right back into the liquor store, same joint, and the employees there saw her with a bottle of Chardonnay in her hand. But in the blink of an eye, by the time the employees ran over to her to throw her out the store again, they couldn't find the bottle of Chardonnay anywheres. It wasn't in her hand, it wasn't on the floor, it wasn't on the shelf. Cops were called, and when they got her back to the police station, the cops found that bottle of hooch in the lady's, here it is again, in her body cavity. So after all that, what's your guess? Was it the back or was it the front?
Did you say Chardonnay or Chardonnay?
Chardonnay.
Yeah, I think the front.
Yeah, front.
But then again, it could have been the back.
It could have been. Could have been. Again, there's a lack of detail here. There's no audio for you. Maybe you could tell easier if we had audio of her placing that bottle in her body cavity.
Now, did you say she stole it or she snatched it? Dishwasher Dude Jesus says that makes a difference, too, as far as clues go.
I never used the word snatch.
All right. Because that also would suggest a certain body part. I would say overwhelmingly the texts coming in are saying back door.
That seems where a lot of things go these days.
It does, but for whatever reason, I don't even know. I don't even get it. Boy, we've heard awful stories about those bottles, right? They got to be corked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nature's Pocket, someone is calling it, although I don't know what they're referring to, the back or the front, but they're calling it Nature's Pocket. Yeah, I mean, it's a coin flip.
A bottle
of Chardonnay, whatever that is. A few weeks ago, what did the dude have in his can? That crazy, dangerous dude?
It was a water bottle. Wasn't it like a reusable water bottle? Like a Yeti or something?
Yeah, like a giant thermos style one.
That thermos. There you go.
Yeah,
thermos.
it was like one of those thermos-style water bottles.
He backdoored that. Well, of course he had to. That was his only option. But yeah, so she's a coin flip. Someone else is calling it, but I don't know what they're referring to, the back or the front. God's blind spot.
I'm going to guess the back.
Yeah.
Is that
that's
the
how
back?
I've heard it before.
Uh-huh.
I'm also seeing the prison pouch and the jail wallet.
Yep. I believe that's a term for the butt.
That's a backdoor
Yep.
reference. There you go.
The votes are in. Back door.
Back.
That is what most people are saying.
That is the correct answer.
The back door is so hot right now.
You're so hot right now.
Oh,
Wish I
man.
could look at you.
You don't move your head, Josh.
Just for a second.
Look this way.
Right.
Was it worth it?
Oh, yeah. Catch a glimpse of that.
You know, there are some really talented people out there. I can't imagine trying to throw a bottle of booze up my ass right now.
No.
You'd have to give me I think you'd have to give me a week.
Yeah.
She's got to have experience, right? I mean, you can't first time that.
Experience is key. Absolutely. No. That's not a rookie.
I mean, some people have beginner's luck.
True.
But that would be, pardon the pun. You know what? Don't pardon the pun. A stretch. Don't you dare pardon that pun.
Beginner's luck. I never thought that slogan would come into play during this conversation, but that's beautiful. You'd have to give me a friggin' week.
I think you'd need even longer. My goodness. A bottle of wine. You.
Yeah, I love it. Ever since we brought up the old audio game, back or front, you know, others are texting in about queef or fart. Again, that was one where we had a blast with that until it was fun until it wasn't. That was simply, for me personally, that's how it was. If I had to hear one more queef or one more fart over the radio, I was going to burn this place down. So
you know what was funny about that? And I apologize to those who have heard this story. We probably told it a few times, but we played it, and there were some big wigs from Cumulus in town, and we didn't know. And our boss pulled us in his office at the time, and he's like, hey, just so you know, they're in their stretch limousine or whatever big wigs drive around in, and there was a higher up that was enraged. Like, you got to tell these guys they can't do that. It's disgusting. What the hell's going on? But there was an even higher up above that person that said, are you kidding? This bit is awesome.
There you go.
I couldn't believe it. He stood up for us. I mean, that doesn't happen too often.
No,
but
never.
Yeah, he was totally cool. I felt bad for the other person in a way. Like, that must have been so embarrassing because maybe they were even just trying to be the person.
Yeah.
You know, hey, look, boss, how important I am around here. I'm going to make this decision. But he shot that person down.
Here's a text from a listener that says, just go ahead and play the game. We're not soft-handed liberals, he says.
Is it the liberals that ruined it? Thanks, Obama. Oh, can I still say thanks, Obama?
Yeah, you can.
I don't. To me, that text sounds like it's coming from a straight-up liberal to me.
Oh, yeah, snowflake.
And then, you know, Ashley did make a good point. It's 20 and 26. But really, I don't know if I could handle it anymore. It went from funny to just straight up obnoxious.
There's one person texted in and said one time we played the game, they had to run over to the radio at the shop to turn it off. And this was funny. In a way, I do feel like, I'm sorry if anybody was inconvenienced. Somebody else said they had a guy that they would not put too far from the radio just in case one of those games. His job was to turn the channel.
They station him right by the radio.
Yeah.
I love that.
He was the
He's got to. It's going to keep the radio privileges.
He was the emergency channel changer.
You guys said that there was some strategy as you went on. You played back or front more. You could kind of there were signs, you know, that you could tell. What about with queef or fart? Could you kind of
yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got to a point you could figure that one out too?
Yeah, it was, sometimes there'd be ones that threw you off.
It was all about experience.
Yeah.
A first-timer would struggle. But, I mean, we played the game once every 2 weeks for years. After a while, Christ, Dana, you could blindfold me. You could hang me upside down, and I could ace queef or fart. I could ace back or front.
You wouldn't think you could. That would be a skill. But it really is.
Do you think you could still get it done?
Oh, I could ace it.
Boy, I don't know.
And we did it so often.
And I never saw the video, so I think I actually had an advantage that just to become better at determining what was going on.
I can, Ashley, I can pass that test in my personal life as well. I don't have to be on the radio for me to get those answers correct every friggin' time. Boom, 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 boom. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm always right.
That's true. If my wife and I ever hear a neighbor or something, I could let her know what exactly is going on behind their walls.
Your neighborhood is something. All right, what do we got now? Oh, this one was tough to figure out. at first, but I think I have it now. Our next stupid news story, a 34-year-old moron called Eric from down south of here. He got himself arrested a couple weeks ago. He stole a car, and then he went ahead and drove that stolen car smooth to the local sheriff's office. And at first I thought, well, why would a guy... But it sounds to me like it might have been good old-fashioned Catholic guilt that caused him to change his ways in an instant and drive himself to the police to admit that he'd done something naughty. Just like you, Josh, Catholic guilt has sucked the fun out of your life many times. Has it not?
Yeah, I don't know if I can blame it all on that, if that's just an excuse. But sure, you could probably trace a couple of weird things about me back to that.
So what does this say now? This Eric puke. Well, maybe he's not so bad, considering Eric pulled the stolen car up onto the cop shop parking lot. He voluntarily admitted to stealing it. So maybe I'm not so mad at Eric. He said he was walking around town looking for a vehicle to steal. And he spotted the one with the engine running and the key inside. He added this, too, to try to soften up the cops. Or maybe he's being honest, you tell me. He told the police that his first thought when he stole the vehicle was that maybe he'd just drive across town to go visit his mother.
Oh, that's sweet.
Isn't that adorable?
Yeah.
Eric has a court date coming up later this month. I'm sure his mother and Jesus Christ are both very disappointed in him. But it sounds like straight-up Catholic guilt. He gets behind the wheel of that stolen car and he thinks, oh, no, I've sinned.
He's redeemable.
He is redeemable in the eyes of Christ.
Yes, and his mom.
And his mother.
Maybe they'll go a little light on him since he decided to turn himself in. Magic Playing Machinist Jesus said that they still haven't gotten their shop radio back because of some of those games back in the day. Headphones only.
Yep. So, yeah, again, Cubby was looking out for our listeners who have warehouse gigs where they all share a big radio. We can't be getting those fellas in trouble, ladies and fellas in trouble.
And it's so stupid that I never considered that.
No, I never thought about that.
I never considered that people wouldn't be able to listen at work. I felt pretty foolish when folks are saying, hey, yeah, thanks for that. Every once in a while we'll get that text, not as much as we used to, it's different, but from a parent going, well, now I got some explaining to do when I pick the kids up from school after that
is your job as a parent. That's not our problem to have to explain things to your children.
I mean, we will if you want us to. We'll sit them down. We'll set them straight.
Not our problem.
Oh, what's a queef, you say? Well, let me explain.
Oh, you see, son.
Josh, can you think of back to this Eric dude who stole a car and then felt instantly awful about it and drove himself smooth up to the best parking spot at the police station to admit what he had done? Can you think of your finest Catholic guilt?
Oh, yeah, I can think of plenty.
Was it when you had sex for the first time and then felt obligated to pull your dad up out of his chair and tell him all about it because you felt so guilty about it?
There are plenty of times I wanted to tell my parents something. Well, my dad, specifically. But I held back out of fear. But I did, after I lost my virginity, I did tell my dad, like, the next day. Some people might have a relationship with their parents where, like, the dad will high-five them. Hey, chip off the old block, son. But in mine, it was I felt so awful about it. I hate to say this, but we weren't married.
No. And you were a legal adult.
Yeah, I was 18.
If that was a scene in, like, American Pie, it would be one of those ones where I'd have to, like, look away from the screen. I'd be so uncomfortable.
Secondhand cringy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I love this story, and I know it's been told a million times, but it doesn't matter. It's always fun. Can you explain to me what you were feeling? Why did you feel the need to tell your dad?
I felt like I did something incredibly wrong.
Yeah, well,
I had sex before marriage. And
so the exact definition of Catholic guilt. Pretty much.
Yeah.
You were told, you were beaten over the head with these ideas, and that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to fight it. Like, I even called a buddy, and my friends, it was with friends, it was different, right? I mean, I pretended like, finally got that bean snapped.
Oh, my God.
But inside I'm going, just tell me something to make me feel better about this. Like, yeah, buddy, nice work. But yeah, it was awful, that feeling. And I told you I couldn't even complete. I had to fake my first orgasm.
Oh, forget about that.
And I'm thinking during the time, like, I should be loving this.
Jesus and his disciples did not allow you to orgasm.
Yeah, I thought I can't believe it. I'm losing my virginity. This should be great.
And didn't you get a nickname because of that?
They called me the Energizer.
Yeah.
My senior year. And people thought I was a stud. I've gotten some of those reputations for some things I completely didn't deserve and had nothing to do with me. It was just an awkward moment that people read into incorrectly.
I've been such a fan of this story and a lot of your stories, of course, for years and years and years. But this one is one of my favorites, so much so that when I first met Josh's dad years ago, I told him about the first time I had sex.
My dad was that type of guy.
Yes. I said, I got to tell you something, Mr. Bitney, because it's friggin' killing me. In 1987, I was at a pool party. And he said, oh, here we go. And I said, just shut up. Don't interrupt me. I got something to tell you now about when I popped my cherry.
Yeah, my dad gave you a couple of scripture passages to read and always forgiven.
One more time now, back to back or front, queef or fart. Some of these more graphic audio games that we used to play, and for many different reasons, we put a lid on it. It wasn't funny to us anymore. We had a lot of listeners saying, look, I'm going to get fired if you keep playing these. And also times have changed, and we don't want to be complete drooling derelicts anymore. There was a time for that. It's come and gone. Somebody texted in a minute ago and said, hey, I had to explain that to my kids once or twice. One of my favorite little kids, parents trying to explain to the kids something adult type stories. One of my buddies had his son in the car. The kid was 11, 12, something in that wheelhouse. And my buddy's got his kid in the passenger seat, and suddenly and up and out of nowhere, the little kid says, hey, Dad, what's whacking it? And my buddy said, well, what do you mean? And he said, well, my buddy Donnie at school, little kid says, my buddy Donnie at school talks all the time about how he loves whacking it. And I don't know the full story of how father and son negotiated this slippery slope, and I'm not trying to be cute with that. But all my buddy said to his kid that I remember is he said, well, first off, rule number 1 to whacking it is you don't talk about whacking it.
Yeah. You know what they call it now, the young people? And I apologize if this is old. It's new to me. Gooning.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You've heard that?
Yep.
Okay, is that an old thing? Has that been going on for a while?
I guess maybe a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just in the last couple months.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that doesn't...
Stupid.
It doesn't grab me at all. It sounds... It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
There are so many other good slogans.
It insists upon itself.
It does. All right, I believe this is the most unique picture you'll see all day, a picture that made its way all the way from stinking Canada. There was some type of hellacious motorcycle accident where a crotch rocket that was involved in the accident ended up hanging from a traffic light. You got to get a look at this.
Yeah.
Just hearing about it.
I can't believe this happened. I mean, this has to... Do you think this has ever happened in the history of the world?
No.
Well, in the history of traffic lights and motorcycles.
I'm no good at estimating height, weight, things like that. How tall is your average traffic light? You're sitting there
Like
at the
10 feet? I don't know. Let's see.
God, it seems like higher than 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
higher.
Is
10. It's higher than a basketball
yeah,
hoop.
with a truck and...
Higher than a basketball hoop, no question. I'm going to say 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
You really think it's that high up?
Yeah, it's higher than like Dana said, 10 feet's only a basketball hoop, for Christ's sake. Your average traffic light hanging above you as you're sitting there. Anyway, are the pictures up on our website?
Yes, they are.
This friggin' crotch rocket is hanging from this traffic light like it's a Christmas ornament.
It's perfect. It looks like somebody did it on purpose.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like the bike is too terribly damaged.
Quick Google search says they're 17 to 19 feet off the ground.
Let's go with that. How the hell it climbs so high in the sky to where it's hanging off a traffic light, I have no clue. The story tells me here that the motorcycle rider man was taken to the hospital for, quote, serious but non-life-threatening. He wasn't still on the back of that pig when it got hooked up to the traffic light, was he?
I don't think so. I think he got thrown off.
That'd be impressive.
The driver of the car was fine. Still no word on how this goat rodeo happened, but check out the pictures on our, website.
Yeah, I haven't seen something like that before. Seen a couple motorcycle accidents.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, you have. Sticking with the motorcycle theme, I've seen a few of these motorcycle helmets that are shaped like the head of the Cookie Monster or Elmo or Spider-Man. You might find this cute, the picture of a motorcyclist wearing a bunny rabbit helmet. He got busted for driving too fast. And so, of course, there's a picture of the poor guy after he got arrested with his dumb bunny rabbit helmet still on his head with the cop who caught him. The guy looks stupid. The Cookie Monster one and the others I've seen are much cooler looking than this bunny rabbit dork.
Motocross, I like the one that looks like you have a mohawk. I don't know why. That's always appealed to me.
Yeah, that looks kind of cool.
Motocross 492 Jesus said that there's a video of the accident. I didn't see the video. I appreciate that. The only videos I saw were the people just taking video of the aftermath and going, how does that happen? So he said the accident's rough to watch, but you do see how the bike got up there. I have to look for that.
There is a video where we see how the motorcycle got
That's what he said. Yeah, all I've seen is just the video I'm sure you guys saw too, where people are standing around.
Anyway, back to this guy, because he doesn't really matter. The guy with the bunny rabbit helmet. He led the cops in a high-speed chase. So that makes me like the guy even less. He was riding a wheelie while passing cars. And sure, that's nothing but laughs until you paralyze a little girl in a car wreck. 120 miles per hour, this guy was running multiple red lights, weaving through traffic, drove recklessly in an attempt to evade law enforcement, they say. Go F yourself. But he's got a funny little bunny rabbit helmet, so that's supposed to be funny, I guess.
This is funny. Poopfoot Jesus said there's a backwards hat helmet where it looks like you're wearing your hat backwards. I got to look that up.
Some of those are really cool.
That's clever.
The bunny rabbit one looked stupid to me, and also the guy's behavior was stupid, so I'd like him to go F himself.
It's adorable, I think.
They also have a cowboy hat helmet.
That's awesome. I love cowboy hats.
I didn't know helmets got so creative.
All of that stuff is fun as long as you're not putting everyone else's life in danger like a douchebag.
Yeah,
so.
You're not running from the cops.
Do we have time for this last one, Josh?
Sure.
Friggin' Russians, man.
The Ruskies.
They're different. Different. Check this out. Russian dudes are supposedly signing up for a cosmetic procedure where a surgeon will, I guess knock the hell out of you until you have cauliflower ears.
Oh, so you look tough?
That's a weird one.
Russian dudes are going ahead with that gimmick so they can look more like lethal MMA fighters. And that sounds fine until trouble starts at the neighborhood bar. Everyone expects you to clean the place out with your killer MMA moves.
Yeah. Good point.
You got a guy talking trash because they think he's going to back him up.
Right.
Everybody's in trouble.
So again, the Russian dudes are voluntarily mutilating their ears. It says here the average Russian guy. Well, I mean, picture this. You got your average guy who can't fight at all, or maybe a guy who can just fight a little bit. They want that cauliflower ear look so people think they're a natural-born brawler. They want to, quote, instill fear in others and maybe even rake in some squish along the way, too.
That's too bad they feel they need that.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that a doctor would agree to it. Maybe
well,
anything for a buck.
This guy doesn't sound like a legit doctor, at least the one they're discussing in this story.
But I imagine if they're starting to make money on it, there'll probably be some other ones that step in and say, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
We can afford a bigger boat.
There's only one, and I'm using air quotes here, doctor, who's commenting on this new procedure. Shady as all hell, I imagine. He claims that he offers and performs cauliflower ear procedures. probably in an abandoned building on the dark side of town or something like that. This crooked sumbitch says that his service has become so popular, he's fully booked for a month in advance. He charges $80 per ear, which doesn't sound bad. That doesn't sound that bad.
No, not at all.
It's a steal.
Until they throw this at you. The gruesome procedure takes several sessions in order to get that perfect seasoned fighter or wrestler look. Of course, real doctors have stepped up and said, don't be a putz. They said, having some shady effing half-doctor maniac do this to you could turn you deaf.
Don't you think it's one of those things, though, when people find out that's what you did, it's going to be tough for you to recover from that?
That's exactly where I was going to go next, Josh. It's effing stupid. You want to full-on commit to playing the role of something you're not.
Like, and your friends are going to know.
Right. What are you going to do? What are you going to say when people ask you about your broken ears? They're going to ask you if you're a fighter, and then what do? Lie? You say yes?
Did you wrestle in high school? Or how'd that
Right.
happen?
Of course, your friends are going to know. They're going to say, what in the hell?
I think that'd be the real embarrassment.
Right. Oh, with your friends?
Yeah.
These folks, I'm guessing these folks are kind of loners, outcasts. They're trying to create a new identity.
Yeah, probably.
I doubt they have a deep circle of friends. I mean, we've all spray tanned or what do you call the lay down in a bed tanned before?
Fake bake.
We've all probably done something to our hair, even clothing. And our friends have said, what are you, a friggin' douchebag now? Can you imagine approaching your buddies? You've never been in a fight in your life and your ears are cauliflowered? They would think they would want to put you in a nut house.
Along those same lines, Dana Carvey did a stand-up bit once where he said, he's talking about Sting, the singer, not the wrestler. And he said at one point, his real name's Gordon. He said at one point, Gordon had to tell his friends, oh, would you mind calling me Sting? And he goes, hey, shut up, Gordy. Go get me another beer.
Right. I mean, why not just have your best drinking buddy break a beer bottle across your face? You can tell chicks you play in the National Hockey League. I mean, if that's how badly you want to...
Go to a jiu-jitsu gym or something like that. Learn how to fight.
Go learn how to fight. Put on a cowboy hat. Tell them you're in the radio. Radio isn't the word. Rodeo.
All right, so you mentioned cowboy hats, and I had said there's a cowboy hat, motorcycle helmets. By the way, a couple of people said in, hey, those backwards hats, motorcycle helmets that look like you're wearing a backwards hat, cowboy hat, they're more novelty. Just to get that out there, they want to make sure people know those aren't necessarily going to protect your melon if you get in a crash.
Oh, sure.
I don't know anything about it, but that's what they're texting. Ginger forklift driver, Jesus, sent in a photo. There's a motorcycle helmet that looks like the Predator from the movie. It's awesome.
Dope.
That's what I've been kind of thinking about getting a motorcycle again at times. If I do, I want to get that. Can I pull off the Predator? Well, yeah, my face is covered. I can pull that off.
Of course.
I'll have to have alter it for the ears. Of course,
it doesn't really match your personality.
Not really, but I do love that movie.
I got
That's cool.
a character that would more match your personality for your motorcycle helmet. Bob Ross.
Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah, a sweeter character.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
A lot of cliches, but just you got to win one game. I mean, we always knew we had to win one game in Colorado no matter what. So, you know what? Maybe our best is when our back's up against the wall, right? So we can repeat a game 3. You know, we know that's going to be a tough job in Colorado where we haven't had the greatest success in this series there, but it just takes one. So, you know, we want to do our best to bring it back here for game 6.
I recognize that voice, Marcus Foligno, talking about the task ahead of the Pigs tonight, playing in Colorado, playing in Denver tonight. She's do or die from here on out, Cubby.
Yeah, a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is. It is. Between this and the Timberwolves.
But it does feel like this is the team. Doesn't it?
I still have no doubts. I still have no doubts that this club can reach the highest level.
Unfortunately, it does feel a lot different than the Wolves, right?
But they got a hell of a lot of work ahead of them. The Frost are done, for Christ's sake.
It's disappointing.
They're going to miss out on that Walter Cup.
That would have been a three-peat, I believe.
I think you're right.
Awesome team.
I think you're friggin' right. They finally got around to playing that game. All that diarrhea cleared up.
I guess so.
Yeah.
The 24-hour bug or whatever it was.
An exhausted An exhausted roster of janitors over there at the hockey rink.
Yeah, it's going to be a long offseason repairing those pipes.
Cleaned everything up, and they were able to play hockey last night, but the Frost were defeated. So Montreal moves on to the final. Timberwolves couldn't get it done last night in San Antonio. They got to come back home now. They're in a do-or-die situation, too. A lot of folks been texting in saying, what the hell's wrong with Julius Randle? He's struggling.
Yeah.
Julius, I mean, you can't put it all on Julius, but he's struggling like a sumbitch. They got to come back here now. What day is it today?
Today's Wednesday.
Friday night. They got to win Game 6 Friday night here in the cities. Twins got to win at home. We'll have company at 7:30. Randy Shaver. I think also Brad Ryder, can't be 100% sure.
And Janel Klein.
Janel Klein.
Oh,
Return
yeah.
of
Janel Klein.
It's been so long, I totally forgot about Jungle Jane.
She'll be here.
Until then, don't go anywhere. Josh's news report is the next task for the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of standard heating and air conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
My name is David Goss, and I'm joined by my co-host Megan Klinenberg.
And now we're giving people an inside look at the World Cup.
Time's ticking. I think you can feel the intensity. All the guys are wanting to really stake their claim, and they want to be on that World Cup roster. There's no doubt about it.
Hosting the World Cup on home soil comes with its pressures, but we're just really excited, just as the people are.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henco. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
He had a large rifle, an automatic weapon, and he's shooting all over the place. People started to get out of their vehicles and run, including me. Just started running, and shots are ringing out.
A rifle-wielding gunman unleashed a terrifying broad daylight rampage through the streets of Massachusetts, firing upwards of 60 rounds and critically injuring 2 people. The harrowing Monday afternoon incident was captured on video, showing the alleged shooter, identified by police as 46-year-old Tyler Brown of Boston. He was stalking down the roadway like he was starring in Grand Theft Auto, firing wildly at anything unlucky enough to be nearby.
Saw a couple of cars immediately swerve over to the other side of the road, cut across the grass, and come flying up this way. Figured it was a pissed-off driver, kept hearing pops. Saw the dude in the street, lifted it up at me. My buddy got out. He ran for it.
The shooting happened on a heavily traveled road along the Charles River in Cambridge, home to Harvard University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Sidewalks and riverside paths in the area are often crowded with pedestrians, joggers, and cyclists expecting exercise, not evasive maneuvers. As bullets tore through at least a dozen cars, including a state police cruiser, panicked motorists abandoned their vehicles or hid under them for cover. One woman driving a small school van was on her way back to pick up kids when the gunfire exploded around her, forcing her and another woman to bail out and dive into nearby bushes just to stay alive.
I was running for my life.
How many shots do you think you heard?
At least 15 or more.
Brown was finally neutralized after the suspect got into a shootout with a Massachusetts State Police trooper and an armed civilian with a license to carry. The DA said Brown was struck in his extremities and transported to a hospital where he was placed on intensive care. Brown, whose motive remains a mystery, is no stranger to law enforcement. Court records show his criminal history stretches back 2 decades, including a 2020 incident in which he fired 13 rounds at Boston police officers.
What the hell is he still doing walking around if at one point or another he fired 13 rounds at Boston police officers?
Exactly. Prosecutors at the time said he should have served at least 10 years in prison due to the level of brazen violence and because he was on probation for a 2014 conviction on assault and witness intimidation charges when he shot at the cops.
What did he end up serving?
He was supposed to serve 5 to 6 years in prison and 3 years of probation with credit for nearly 18 months he'd spent in custody. At the time, the judge's decision sparked outrage and criticism among local officials concerned the violent offenders weren't being held responsible. Of course, those same concerns returned after Monday's shooting. Yeah, it seems like if it's not ever an easy decision, this guy shouldn't be out of jail.
What a psychotic, ridiculous world that we currently live in, Cubby.
Yeah, I mean, how do you prepare for something like that? Some psycho just shooting at random cars. Thankfully, he was a bad shot, I guess.
So worn out.
Yeah, it can be exhausting.
Completely worn out.
Construction cones and crater-sized potholes don't compare to the cluster F one Minnesota woman encountered on her commute over the weekend. If you've ever complained about Twin Cities drivers, consider yourself lucky if your worst traffic trauma involved a missed exit and a middle finger after what this woman went through. Things were anything but friendly and friendly Saturday after a woman was seriously injured when gunfire ripped into her SUV while she was traveling near Interstate 694 and University Avenue Northeast. Authorities say first responders were dispatched about 9:03 p.m. after reports of a shooting. Investigators believe the woman was traveling on University Avenue Northeast when someone in another vehicle opened fire on that SUV.
Police have not shared what may have led up to this shooting. Police say the woman was shot by someone in another vehicle also driving northbound on University Avenue. You can see from this drone video above the tire tracks through the grass as the victim veered off of the on-ramp.
When officers arrived, they found a woman and a girl inside. They had rolled to a stop near 694. As of yesterday, law enforcement didn't provide updates on the woman's condition or the reason for that shooting. However, a couple from Columbia Heights has been arrested. The woman was rushed to the hospital in critical but stable condition. Thankfully, the girl was not injured.
Jesus.
A 44-year-old Kentucky man's accused of viciously attacking two people over the weekend with a baseball bat after they disconnected the Wi-Fi connection that he'd been freeloading from.
Go F yourself.
Bring back the Wi-Fi I'm not paying for. Deputies responded to a 5:43 a.m. Sunday call regarding what could fairly be described as a broadband beatdown, with the caller telling emergency dispatchers Jonathan Gross attacked him and his girlfriend with a baseball bat. When deputies arrived at the home, they found a woman outside bleeding from the head. She told authorities Gross struck her with the bat before retreating to a bedroom in the residence. Deputies said they repeatedly ordered Gross to come out on his own, but he refused, forcing officers to make entry into the room and take him into custody. According to the report, Gross went downstairs to confront the victims after they turned off their own Wi-Fi connection, a signal he'd apparently been router raiding and piggybacking on for free.
Hilarious.
Investigators said Gross entered the apartment and threatened to kill the victims if the internet connection wasn't restored immediately. By the time he returned to his bedroom, he wanted the internet back. A short time later, deputies said he returned, apparently taking a very hard line on interrupted service, and attacked them with the bat.
Deputies later found Gross inside where he was holding a knife to his own neck before being taken into custody. What? He faces several charges, including attempted murder, and is being held on a $1 million cash bond.
He's holding a knife to his own neck.
Don't come any closer. I'll kill this guy.
I'll
kill him. He's scheduled to return to court today for a preliminary hearing.
You got to let me go. Shut up, you. I'll do it.
Wife and kids. That's not my problem.
I was just walking by, minding my own business. Shut up.
This happened in Kentucky. Here's a random Kentucky fact. Every elected official in Kentucky has to take an oath that they've never been in a duel.
Oh.
Otherwise, they won't let you in.
God darn.
You gotta
I've
make
been
that
in so
promise.
many.
They afraid they got the taste of blood once. They want it again?
That's right.
You ever had to go ahead and challenge anyone to a duel back in your day, Josh?
We always did as a joke. I don't know, where did it come from where you slapped someone in the face with a glove and challenge them to a duel?
I saw it on The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's been parodied.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I know where it actually came from.
Yeah.
I challenge you to a duel.
You're damn near old enough to where you might have had a duel or two.
Yeah, never had one duel.
No duels?
Nah, no duel.
It'll happen.
It usually was over the honor of a damsel.
Yeah.
Back in the old movies.
And why slapping with the glove?
It was English, I believe.
It must have been.
You know how goofy they are.
Yeah. That's a weird thing. I'd rather get shot. Don't slap me with a glove. That's weird.
Yeah, no one wants to.
I agree.
Smell the glove. That's what you should
do.
Smell the glove.
Take a whiff. Parenting experts recommend screen time limits. But after a Minnesota teen responded to losing cell phone privileges with what you could call a bit of an overreaction, Apple's next parental control feature may need to come with witness protection for parents.
Did this kid shove the cell phone up his butt?
I'll do it.
No.
I'll shove this cell phone up this guy's butt.
Hey, I'm just your butt. I had nothing to do with this. Shut up, you.
A 16-year-old boy from Bemidji is accused of shooting 3 people, including his parents, after they
He shot his parents.
Well, they took away his cell phone privileges.
Right, no, I caught that.
You understand.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose now I do.
Yeah, the way you said it made it seem like it was weird.
Like I was surprised or shocked.
Or judging.
Right.
Authorities responded to an apartment complex about 4:45 p.m. and found all 3 victims lying on the ground. According to the complaint, the boy's mother had been shot in the stomach, while 2 others suffered gunshot wounds to the leg. Roughly 2 hours later, the teenager turned himself into police.
Reading directly from the statement of probable cause, quote, subsequent investigation established that the above-named child turned himself in at the police department and acknowledged that he became irate after cell phone privileges were revoked and retaliated by commandeering a pistol, shooting his mother and father, as well as a 3rd individual who was near the scene.
He told officers he fled the scene and hid the gun, a weapon he said he obtained without his parents' knowledge, which is somehow the second most alarming sentence in this story.
Man, some of these kids are squirrely.
Police later recovered the gun beneath a pile of leaves near Bemidji Middle School.
F me.
Yeah, that kid doesn't take discipline very well.
No.
It's one of those stories where I thank Christ I'm not a parent.
You know,
my kids would have killed me years ago. If I were a
Probably,
parent,
yeah.
if I were a parent, I would have been dead years ago at the hands of my own children.
I can't say it never crossed my mind. Like, before my son was born, I did wonder, will he kill me someday? Did we make a terrible mistake?
Oh, God, I've actually never had that thought.
Well, you're just getting started. For every damn last parent, they all probably have that thought at one point or another. Is this sumbitch going to turn on me?
God, I hope not.
He's taken one for all other kids. You know, maybe now a parent will think twice if they want to take away a cell phone. I don't want to end up like that.
God, I
couple in
used
Bemidji.
to think that was just the end of the world. I
When-
have said probably the worst things I've ever said to my mom because she took my cell phone away. Like, ew.
You turned on her.
God, like, it's just your stupid phone. She's probably good for you. God, stupid kids.
Well, it's good that you look back on it and feel that way.
Oh, I feel awful, though. It's like one of those things that keep me up at night.
Many years ago, I was drinking beer with my dad up on a fishing trip, and all day long, he was doing this to me. Hey, grab me a beer out of the cooler real quick, would you? So I go grab him a beer. Of course, 20 minutes later, hey, grab me a fresh one. Grab him another beer. 20 minutes later, hey, grab a beer out of the cooler for the old man, will you? I did it again. And finally, after like 12 hours of this, he says, hey, grab me a fresh. And I said, you know what? At this point, I'm 43 years old. I'm done fetching your beers for you, for Christ's sake. Get your own damn beer. He looked me in the eye and he said, it finally happened.
He knew it.
There was a pause, and he said, you turned on me, didn't you? But I thought it had to be said. I had to stand my ground at one point or another. Fetching beers for 39 years of my life at that point, I thought I had done enough for the sumbitch.
Did he get up and get his own, or did you acquiesce?
No, yeah, he got Big Al to do it.
Oh, yeah, he loves Big Al.
He could always count on Big Al to be his little bitch.
Singer Ollie Sykes got an unwanted souvenir Monday night when someone in the crowd launched a phone at his head during Bring Me the Horizon's show in St. Louis.
Oh, come on.
The hit left Sykes with a mild concussion. And
Cell phone to the head of
the singer.
A singer? Oh, no.
It happened early in the set. Somehow he still finished the show like a pro, even while fans noticed him clutching his head between songs and stumbling around.
What?
Oh, no.
One track did end up getting cut from the set list, which tends to happen when the singer gets nailed by airborne electronics. After the show, Ollie posted an update assuring fans he's okay, likely hoping fans keep their phones in their pockets at their next show.
I'd have to really not like somebody to throw my phone at them.
Yeah, and like
Because
that's
you're not
really,
getting that back.
I bet it wasn't their phone that they threw.
That's really easy to. Oh yeah, never mind. You debunked mine then. I was going to say it was easy to figure out whose it is.
I'd imagine somebody grabbed somebody else's phone. Mosh Crusher Jesus, he checks in, awesome guy. He loves Bring Me the Horizon, goes and sees a lot of their shows, and he was at that show and mentioned, he said, at first I didn't know if it was a bit, like if he was kind of amping up the symptoms because he was kind of stumbling around, looked a little goofy, and turns out he did get a concussion from it.
That's scary.
Son of a bit. You ever been at a rock concert where someone throws something or another on stage and gets the band's attention?
No, I haven't.
I can't think of one, no.
I was at a Rat concert many, many years ago where someone threw a bottle on stage, and Stephen Pearcy, the lead singer, was pissed off enough to where he thought about calling the show off, but they continued on. You know you're a dick when you piss off Ronnie James Dio, immortal savior that he is, Ronnie James Dio, who will return one day to save the world. I was at a Dio show where somebody threw something on stage. When you piss off Ronnie, you've done something wrong because he was one of the kindest people to ever live. But maybe the most frightening thing I ever saw, Josh, was an Iron Maiden concert where someone threw something up on stage, and Bruce Dickinson wasn't playing around. Lead singer, Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson, said something along the lines. He spotted the guy in the crowd. He knew who did it. And he said something along the lines of, dude, do you realize I have the power to get this entire crowd to attack you?
That's what I was thinking, is that there's certain bands like that where they would kill someone in the audience if they disrupted the show or pissed off a band member.
I got nervous, really, for that dude, because Bruce pointed him out. And I thought, I would not want to be in that sumbitch's shoes right now, because it was true. All Bruce had to say was, get him. And we would have.
Well, Sebastian Bach of Skid Row famously jumped into the crowd to kick somebody's ass who threw something at him. And
Are you thinking about Axl Rose?
No, Sebastian Bach.
Because the infamous one with Axl was that show where they burned down the stadium in, was it St. Louis? Montreal? I forget
where it was.
Axl had so many effing episodes like that. But, Bach, Rose. What did Sebastian Bach do?
He jumped into the crowd to beat the guy.
How did he do?
I think he did all right.
Yeah.
He probably had a few people in the crowd helping him out, I'd imagine.
True. He had a reach.
Oh, yeah. He's a big guy.
He had a lot of reach in his favor.
I thought of another one, and we were both at the show, and I felt awful for this artist, Eric Johnson, the guitar player. This was terrible.
It wasn't Eric Johnson. It was Gary Hoey.
Oh, Gary Hoey. I had it, and I had it a second ago, and I changed the guitar players. Yeah.
Gary Hoey.
Gary Hoey was playing a Christmas show, and he's kind of known for playing his metal Christmas songs, and if you don't know who he is, he's a guitarist, guitar player.
This was a promoter trying to get a guy killed.
Was it a Marilyn Manson headlining show?
No,
it was a mismatch of some sort.
Korn. It was Korn. It was a mixed batch of bands. It was Korn, Jackal, all of these, louder, more aggressive bands, and then Gary Hoey's on the bill. He did not belong there. Go ahead, tell him the story.
Dang it! I was trying to come up with something real quick. Bring Me to the Horizon. I should have said Verizon. I saw the story this morning. I didn't have enough time. That's genius. Bring me the Verizon. My hats off to you. That's excellent, and I'm jealous I didn't think of it. But so people were throwing coins at Gary Hoey.
They did not want him there.
No, you could tell he said something effective like, "Okay, I get it. All right, I'll leave the stage." He cut his set short. He was such a nice person.
He was a very nice guy.
I felt terrible.
Josh and I talked to him backstage before the show, and I've never seen a performer so nervous in my life.
I love that.
He even talked to us about it. He's like, "How is the crowd? I mean, are they?" He said, "Should I?" What do I do? He basically we were probably 27 years old at the time or something, and he's asking us, like, how do I approach this? Is the crowd as wild as they sound?
And I'm sure we're like, no, you're going to do great.
I didn't know what to say to the guy. I didn't even know who Gary Hoey was. But so you take Korn's out there doing Freak on a Leash, and the place is going. Jackal goes out there and does the Lumberjack song and everything. And then Gary Hoey goes out there with his guitar. Remember, it was a Christmas show, and he's going. He's playing whatever that Christmas song is. The crowd turned on him in a heartbeat.
That makes me sad.
I was so frightened for him. I don't remember. So he did not finish his set?
No, he only got through a couple of songs.
That was a long time ago.
That's too bad. He's a really talented guitar player, but it was a mismatch.
Oh, it was terrible.
But I wasn't expecting that crowd reaction whatsoever. That's one of the worst I've felt for an artist ever. Because, like you said, he was such a nice guy, and he was, thought I shouldn't be out here, and then the crowd reinforced that. It's too bad. Bring me the Verizon. So good.
Bring me the Verizon. How about a few wrestling shows? I've been to a few wrestling shows where I thought, this guy's going to crawl into the stands and kill everybody.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Scott friggin' Steiner scared us to death one night many years ago. And it was, I'm sorry, Cubby, I know we're going on and on here. But, I mean, are you worried about it?
No, I was going to ask you guys if... No, go ahead.
The night that Scott Steiner, I thought he was going to crawl into the stands and kill us, and it was the fault of one of our former sales staff members, Smilin' Don. Smilin' Don was not a big wrestling fan. He'd go to shows with us now and again, but he didn't know that some of these guys, for real, will kill you. And Scott Steiner was one of those characters, was he not, Dana?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
A very intimidating, very unglued type of a character.
I get intimidated just watching him on TV back in the day.
I
was intimidated by him when
we're in the front row, and Smilin' Don is deciding he's going to mess with Scott Steiner. Now, Steiner was already put in a bad mood earlier in the night by some idiots in the crowd, to where I could tell by the look on his face, this was not kayfabe, is that how they say it?
Yep.
This was real anger.
What's kayfabe? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Putting on the role for the audience.
Oh, that's a wrestling term?
Yes, staying in character, all that. So Smilin' Don, all 5'3" of them, is on his tippy toes, and he's doing this gesture where your thumb and your pointer finger are barely separated.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Saying like this close.
Tiny.
And he's going, hey, Steiner, this is your dick right here.
Oh, my God.
It's this big. This is your D, Scott Steiner. This is your... And Steiner starts to climb the barricade. Don's not backing down. And I had to pull Don aside, and I had to say, Don, they're off air right now. This is not for show. This is real. This guy will kill you. And had security not gotten a hold of Steiner, I truly believe what was his nickname again?
What was it?
Not sexy, big
Papa Pump?
Big Papa Pump.
There you go, Joe.
I was convinced that Big Papa Pump was going to pop Don's head right off of his shoulders and drink his blood.
Man, you're right about him not watching much wrestling, because that's the absolute last guy on the bill you'd ever want to mess with.
I couldn't believe
Wasn't he the guy that started out an interview we had with him by saying St. Paul sucked?
He walked in here looking so angry.
Oh, man, he looked pissed.
He did not want to be the guy from the roster to have to do morning radio that day.
He had sunglasses on, his whole demeanor.
Sat down in a room with just Josh and I, didn't say a word. And when we went live, we said, hey, welcome to the show. Tonight, WC, here he is, Scott Steiner. And Steiner gets into the microphone and he says, well, the show, by the way, was at the Civic Center that night. First thing I want to say right now is that St. Paul totally sucks. And I said, Cubby, he's right.
We didn't want to argue
Don't
with him.
argue with him.
Right.
St. Paul does suck. Let's admit it.
Yeah, I don't think he was kidding. Yeah, he definitely was in a mood.
God, Smilin' Don got lucky that night.
Oh, that'd be a shame. I love Smilin' Don. But if he was going to go, what a way to go.
Wouldn't it have been fun to watch Steiner just ragdoll his ass for
just a mixture of confusion
with his little dress pants and his little dress shoes and his shirt and tie? The Big Bad Booty Daddy was another nickname for Scott Steiner. Thank you, Jesus Hausen.
Harvey Keitel, 87 today. And one more birthday. Who's this from? Mouth Like Nick, Conscious Like Josh Jesus said happy birthday to sometimes overly dramatic Jesus turning 46. And
How does he have a mouth like me?
I'd imagine he means like he
blows up.
like it is. He's not afraid to go there.
Okay. But I'm glad that
Edgy?
was said. That's probably what he meant, but I'm glad that was said. And it's something that I'm going to bring up later on the show.
Okay.
Right. Mouth like me. I'm going to write that down to help me remember.
Congratulations to Mrs. Steve Weiser for popping out Steve Weiser Jr. So a big half-ass welcome to the newest member of the Brotherhood. Welcome to the show. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder on the Half-Ass Morning Show. We saw it tonight. A big first quarter, 18.6 rebounds. Wembanyama ends with a double-double, 27 and 17. It was a Spurs night, and they're one win from the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, we'll get to all that, but first, Josh, the magic of that moment when long-lost friends are reunited. Hello, by the way, to Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder. They're friends and everything, but we talk with them all the time. Hi, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good morning.
We're doing just fine.
Hello.
Thank you for asking. The magic of that moment when long-lost friends are reunited. Josh, this is what came to mind. Welcome back to the jungle. Jungle Jane has returned to the program.
How about that? You're a sight for sore eyes.
I was saying that I was driving in, listening to you guys with a big grin on my face because I was so excited to see you.
You look wonderful.
You sure
As
do.
you.
And
Thanks,
we're excited
guys.
to see you, too. It's the return of Janel Klein to the program.
It's like Andy Dufresne and Red reuniting on the beach of Zihuatanejo in Shawshank Redemption.
God dang, tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see somebody smiling around here for once.
Somebody excited to be in this building.
I forget muscles will do that. You can smile.
What are the details of your parole this time, Jim?
Right.
Well, obviously the restraining order has been lifted. That's why
Right?
you're here.
Yes.
Talk to us,
That's good
Janelle.
news.
What's been happening?
Gosh. I mean, just work mostly. I mean, so I've been doing some NBA stuff, which is great. It's always fun when our teams are winning, which we love, right? So that's good.
You've been doing stuff with the Timberwolves?
A little bit in the Lynx, which is good.
Timberwolves.
Yeah, so that's been fun. Just work stuff that is really boring to you guys. Other than that.
Oh, it's fascinating.
You always claim your life is so boring.
It kind of is.
I don't. I disagree. I think.
Yeah, you always say,
I'm sure the Timberwolves stuff isn't as fun as when you worked with me, though.
Never, ever.
No, Brad brought something to the table, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, Brad is a one-man Mardi Gras, is he not? Well, we missed you, and we're happy to have you back.
I missed you guys too. Thank you. It was good to be here.
You gotten yourself in any trouble? Have you gotten yourself into any new relationships? Have you gotten yourself into...
Ooh, that's the key question.
I mean, that would have to be a whole separate podcast, don't you think?
We have to cut away, carve out some time for
Right?
that?
I think so.
And put it behind a paywall, and people would pony up for sure.
It would have to be uncensored, I would imagine.
Yes, of course.
Norwegian Ox Alert. Someone has just issued a Norwegian Ox Alert. Yes, ring the bell. Ring the bell. Jungle Jane is back. Janel Klein. OMG, says Beard Jesus. Jungle Jane, I love her.
Tonka TIG Welding Jesus said, whoa, am I in heaven? Because I hear the voice of an angel right now.
Septum Ring Jesus says, I've been listening for years. Randy and Brad, I get. But how does a goddess like the Norwegian ox get wrapped up in this goat rodeo?
We don't know. I mean, we've questioned that, honestly. We wonder, how did this start? Why does she continue to come in? How
And
did we
again,
get so lucky?
Whenever I use that nickname, the Norwegian Ox, I don't want anyone to backpedal and think we're being wildly insensitive. That's a name that Janelle came up for herself via one of the best stories you've ever told. Who were the women you were hanging out with that day where you yourself said you felt like a, quote, Norwegian ox?
Well, I mean, Randy and Brad can appreciate this. Like, most of the women doing my job are tiny, right? They're really cute little gals. Yeah. And then I don't remember where I was, but I was working somewhere and we had all this gear, right? Like suitcases of gear and tripods and all this heavy stuff. And everyone was like, how are we going to get this in the building? And I'm like,
they put it on your back?
Right. I'm like, well, I can carry it. I'm not, 5-0. Look at me. I'm like a Norwegian ox. Hand it over. And we all just kind of laughed. And I don't know why I ever told that story, but here we are.
It's one of my favorite nicknames for anybody ever. Stephanie Loose. Another nickname, which was, again, the name on your fake ID?
Yes. But is a real person. She is a real person.
She is a real person.
That is such a McLovin fake ID.
I know.
It is.
I know.
When you were at Madison,
Yep.
somebody passed down their ID to you.
Yep.
So you could get into the beer halls.
Yep.
Smokes Your Pot Jesus wants to know, Janel Klein, how is Jose Canseco?
Oh, he's so good.
Is he doing okay?
That's great to hear.
Part of my absence has been
spending a lot of time together.
You guys are in Turks and Caicos together?
Yes,
caring for Jose
right.
in his golden years?
Yes.
Sure.
Hot Librarian Jesus said, low-key, I smiled when Janelle started talking.
How nice is that?
You're a smile
All
maker.
of that, and you can carry around stuff because you're not a diva like other people in the TV industry. So.
Well, thanks, Brad.
Well, name names, Brad.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
All
Brad,
right.
name names.
Are any of them with the initials RS?
No, I didn't say that.
Were you referencing Rena Sargentopoulos?
Oh, yeah, she's a real pain to be around.
She is so delightful.
Well, we're happy to have you back, and by God, let's get after it here with Jungle Jane in the mix. Much to the delight of disgruntled former Timberwolves employee Brad Ryder.
Oh my God, Janelle, they've been playing this bit for like the last month, just because I happened to be a little bit critical one day of something. So.
Of the team or of...
Well, no, of the most obvious cheap shot so far in the NBA playoffs. That's why we're ganging up on Brad. Where Brad, he wasn't so sure that the elbow from the French kid was intentional on Naz Reid. That's why we're teeing off on you.
I said it was, but I said that he was justified in getting suspended. But
Brad, it doesn't matter. We're just busting your chops.
Anyway,
you gotta.
I know.
There were. The Wolves were unable to defeat the San Antonio Spurs last night. There were tiny little bursts during last night's game. There were little miniature segments of the game where the boys looked great, but it never sustained itself.
Well, they were down by 18. They tied it at 61, and then San Antonio went on a 30-13 run, and that was the end of the game.
That's tough to come back from.
San Antonio was just a better team last night. I mean, if you play 10 times, I think San Antonio is probably better than the Wolves, maybe 6 out of the 10. I mean, it's a fairly close matchup between these two teams. But Wembanyama last night was just out of the gate, was just such a better player and just dominated the game. And the Wolves never really got into an offensive rhythm.
No, struggled shooting the basketball with any consistency.
Yeah, they just don't. Their offense just drives me crazy.
Yeah, me too.
There's just no flow. They don't share the ball. Yeah.
I mean, they're at their best when they're running and they're breaking and they use the speed of Dosunmu and they're just better that way. But Edwards is not 100%. He's not going to break like he used to at this point because of his injuries. And they were really, to me, last night, I thought they were just too methodical. It just didn't feel like they were ever in a rhythm. And I know the announce team and everybody's like, Randall's got to get going. Randall's got to get going. I'm sorry. Randall just isn't. He's not a factor, really, in this series right now.
Well, that's why the announcers would like him to get going. And a lot of our listeners have texted in, too. They're putting a lot of the blame on Julius, fair or not.
But he just is not. I don't know.
No, he's struggling like hell.
Nick, I don't know if he's that guy. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he's been that guy before.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's struggling like a bastard.
It's just last night it was frustrating.
You're right. The offense was methodical and slow, and there was a lot of dribbling.
You feel like every time they get into a half-court set, you're kind of holding your breath like, okay, what's going to happen here? And the Spurs, when they get into their half-court set, about 7 or 8 different people or different touches are going to occur. They're going to move the ball around until they get a good shot, and it's just the biggest difference between the two teams, really.
Yeah, we went away from what was working, and then our defense was just cratered. We gave up 30 points, I think, in the last 6 minutes of the third quarter. A lot of it was just ball contained stuff, and offensively we found stuff that was working. Then we just started breaking off plays. That's my job. I got to get us back on track. That's on me.
Finchie say it's on him. Things aren't usually going to end well when your opposition shoots over 50%. And for me personally, it ain't Wembanyama that's hurting the Wolves in this series overall. It's the quickness and the efficiency of the rest of their starting five.
I tell you what.
Those dudes are tough.
I agree with you. And I really think, honest to God, I think that rookie, Dylan Harper, is such a good player. I mean, for a kid like, 19 years old, whatever he is, man, can he play, and he's not afraid of anybody. I mean, he comes off their bench and really gives them a spark. And Keldon Johnson, obviously the sixth man winner this year, it was really good last night.
Yeah, every
in
time the
scoring
Wolves made a
21.
push last night, the Spurs would
Yeah.
come down and get a big bucket to put an end to the Wolves' run, and it usually was a jump shot or a drive to the lane by Fox or Castle or Keldon Johnson or Vassell or who did you just say? Ron Harper's kid, whatever his first
Dylan
name.
Harper. Yeah.
Yeah,
Women-
they're
women,
just
yeah.
they're deeper. They're deeper. They're a little bit. They're more athletic. I think I heard on the post game a little bit last night. They were saying for the Wolves to win, Edwards has to have a huge game, not just a big game, but he has to have a huge game. And it's a little unfair to put it all on him, but they're absolutely right because they're not getting any help from anywhere else. He's going to have to carry them these last two games to score like 40 plus each one of these last two
They
games.
need to be more efficient on both ends of the floor Friday night because it's now or never. They're down 3-2 in the series. Time to win out. Can they beat the Spurs 2 in a row? Yeah, they can. They just need to be they need a lot more out of everybody, and it can happen.
They need to be much, much better. They need to get much more out of their bench. I mean, Shannon only had 2 points last night. Nasri did his thing.
Suddenly the
Didn't
key to their success, huh, Randy?
Well, I'm just saying that. I mean, if you're gonna put him in there, if you're gonna give him 17, 20 minutes a night, then you're gonna have to get more from him. I'm sorry.
And they're going to have to do it without me on Friday night because Tom Kiefer is in concert Friday night at Medina Ballroom.
Oh, you got to go.
I don't miss Tom Kiefer concerts for anything, even the Timberwolves.
How's he sounding these days?
Oh, I haven't heard him in a couple of years, but
Did you have a solo album that came out a couple years back?
I did buy his solo record. I liked it a lot. He is one of the most underrated rock stars that has ever laced him up.
I've always liked him, yeah.
Dude, live, he is absolutely outstanding. I heard the show's damn near sold smooth out.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, he's just one of my all-time. You've never seen him live?
No. Who's in his band? Anybody I might recognize?
No, he's just got a cast of characters, his wife included.
Oh, really? What does she do?
Sings. She's a singer and a songwriter. I mean, I'm so much looking forward to that show. You know, a couple nights ago, my wife said to me, well, you can't go to Tom Kiefer. It's Game 6 of the... And then after we watched last night, she said, have fun at Tom Kiefer.
Did you got an extra for me?
Cubby, when he plays Nobody's Fool live, if you are a human being, you'll get a chill up and down your spine.
How much Cinderella stuff does he do?
A lot. A lot. He'll play a couple of solo songs, and that's it.
Gypsy Road?
Of course, Gypsy Road. He usually closes with He does a cover of, was it Joe Cocker that originally did I Need a Little Help from My Damn Friends?
I
Was that
believe
Joe?
so.
Tom Kiefer does a cover. I don't know if he'll do it on Friday night, but when he does that cover, it'll knock your socks smooth off. Anthony Edwards says this after the game last night. He says, I don't see nobody in our locker room that's too worried. We got another basketball game. We come out, we put our boots on, and we get ready to go to war. It's a war, Randy.
Well, look at it this way, Nick. If they don't win Friday, you won't be sorry that you missed it. If they win Friday, you'll be obviously happy.
You'll have
when you
another
watch
game.
Game 7.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, Brad Ryder and Randy Shaver. Here's a loaded question from Naughty Insurance Agent Jesus. What's up with Gobert? Well, where do we start?
How much time you got?
I mean,
The
Rudy.
the worst hands in the NBA.
Oh, my God.
Just last night, fumbling everything.
It's almost impossible.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are some things that Rudy does so well, and I do overall like Rudy Gobert. I like watching him out there. I like his style. But it is almost impossible how incapable his hands are.
It's like he's holding frying pans.
Yeah.
At one point or another, Edwards walked up to him and kind of said, dude, you can't just grab the basketball.
Just go to the basket is what he was
Anyway,
saying. Yeah.
dude wanted to know what's up with Gobert. We don't know.
I would love to know if somebody ever kept track of how many turnovers happen when they try to get the ball to Gobert. Because honestly, when I'm watching the game, I think there's at least 2 or 3 turnovers per game.
Oh, absolutely.
Where they try to get the ball to Rudy and he just fumbles the ball away.
Yes. It's been going on since day one.
Yeah.
More anxiety than hair Jesus. Now we're going to start talking about Tom Kiefer. Sorry, but there's a lot of fans of his out in the crowd. I brought it up, and I'm happy to continue the conversation. More anxiety than hair Jesus says, if I saw Nobody's Fool live, I think I would openly weep.
I don't blame you.
I've done it. This is hilarious. A listener sent me this little update. Wolves and Spurs were the only game last night. Tonight, Cleveland and don't tell me Detroit. You know, the Knicks are still waiting for their opponent in the Eastern Conference Finals. Of course, the disgusting Oklahoma City Thunder are waiting for the Wolves and the Spurs. Here's an update from a listener. Luka Doncic has just been cleared for Game 5 against Oklahoma City. They've got a picture of him looking very healthy. Do you see that, Janelle? Yeah. It's baby nuts right there.
There he is.
He's cleared to play Game 5.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting.
A hell of a terrible story started flying around yesterday afternoon about a young guy checking out. Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark died at only 29 years old. He was found in California. He was at a house in San Fernando Valley, California. There was a 911 call of a medical emergency inside the house where Brandon Clark was staying, and paramedics declared him dead at the scene. The rumor going around is that it was a possible overdose, which is an unbelievable, awful tragedy. The kid was 29. He's solid as hell pro ball player. I understand he was very popular in Memphis and worked with little kids and tried to push good things on people. But sounds like he had a problem with the dope. Crushing stuff.
Yeah.
Couple, what is it now? May? Where are we?
Yep.
A month ago, he was arrested for drug trafficking, possessing controlled substances. What a drag.
Yep.
And I think there was drug paraphernalia found
at the house
with his body.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, at the house.
Jesus.
Yep.
Boy, between that horrible story and just the overall state of the Memphis Grizzlies, Grizzlies is how you say it, the overall state of the Memphis Grizzlies, how quickly things can just go to hell.
No kidding. That's a franchise that has just imploded in so many ways.
How quickly things can go straight to hell. Luther Key of Bloomington brings us our weekly Wild update.
A lot of cliches, but just you got to win one game. I mean, we always knew we had to win one game in Colorado no matter what. So, you know what? Maybe our best is when our back's up against the wall, right? So we can repeat a game 3. You know, we know that's going to be a tough job in Colorado where we haven't had the greatest success in this series there, but it just takes one. So, you know, we want to do our best to bring it back here for game 6.
Marcus Foligno's trying to bring a game 6 back to town, Janelle.
Yep.
I sure hope they can do that. I don't know.
They are down 3-1. They play tonight in Denver. Just in case you were hoping for a miracle, it ain't going to happen. The Pigs have already ruled Joel Eriksson Ek and Jonas Brodin out of Game 5 tonight.
Yeah.
Didn't even put them on the plane.
They didn't even get on the airplane.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was ever even a little bit of mystery on this subject.
So.
I don't think so, but just in case you were hoping for a miracle.
That's just too bad.
So the rumor has been that those two guys were basically going to be done for the season.
Right.
And they just keep kind of putting this stuff out there to let Colorado think that they might have a chance to play.
Exactly.
So,
So F it. You got to go out there and win without them, which they've already done.
They're capable of doing it. There's no doubt about it. But, wow, what a tough environment it's going to be tonight. And for a lot of reasons, there's no way that Colorado wants to come back to St. Paul. There's no way that Colorado wants it to come down to a Game 7. The pressure is, yes, the Wild needs to win, but I think tonight the pressure is really on Colorado. They don't want this to go any longer than tonight.
At this stage of the playoffs, too, if you've had the season that Colorado has had, you could use a little rest before the next series. Yep. And I'm sure that they would want that. Like you said, they don't want to get on a plane and come back here and play another game.
Yep.
Avalanche defenseman Josh Manson was fined $5,000 by the league for butt-ending Pigs forward Michael McCarron in his eye socket during Monday night's game. It's always the eyes.
I mean, he's a dirty player. He took his butt end and clearly butt ended me in the face. I don't know how it's not a 5-minute The rule book says it's a 5-minute if you butt at someone in the face. He's a dirty player, as he's always been. Not very well respected.
McCarron has lifeless eyes. It's like a doll's eyes.
Well, then that's perfect for that bench because you've got Quinn Hughes, who they sit next to each other. They're probably the scariest pair out there.
Yeah, he butt-ended him right in the eye socket, the orbital bone, Cubby.
I bet that hurt like heck.
Yeah, I bet.
I
bet what really hurt was when McKinnon, was it McKinnon? They got hit in the mouth
with
the clock.
Well, he took it in the schnoz.
Yeah. Oh, God, that looks so bad. So painful.
Took it in the old schnoz walla box.
Tell you what, those hockey players, they're so damn tough.
Jeez, you're not kidding.
We just need 5 consecutive wins out of the Wild and Wolves. That's all we're asking.
Oh, man, when you put it like that, I think I'm going to find something else to do tonight.
Wow.
I think the Pigs.
Any more tickets to Tom Kiefer?
You better get on the telephone.
That's all we need.
Yeah, this is good. This week could be really good for Tom Kiefer, depending on what happens with our teams. Not that he needs the help. Didn't you just say it's almost sold out, or it is sold out?
That's what I've been hearing for days, that she's damn near a smooth sellout over there.
Yeah, but if you have an event not related to local sports on Friday night, you might be doing all right.
A lot of folks are texting in about that show, Cubby. Now I'm getting pumped. I can't wait to see. Ooh, people are texting. What about Coming Home live?
Oh, geez.
Coming Home's a beautiful song. Yes, Randy?
When they have concerts there, Nick, is it you have assigned seating, or is it first come, first serve? How does it work?
Nowadays, they have like a golden seating section. You pay a few more bucks and you get a table.
Okay.
Up towards the front.
Okay.
And then the rest of us buffoons kind of find a corner, by the bar and just watch from a standing position. Love going up to that ballroom.
Naughty insurance agent Jesus brings up a good point. Once the Wolves and Wild are done, we're just going to talk about the Twins all summer?
I guess we're going to have
eventually.
to.
Yeah, that's coming eventually.
We could talk about Tom Kiefer's tour and what he's up to.
Daily Tom Kiefer update. We go over the set list from the night before.
They said you're only getting older. Maybe before we go,
So
John.
will Randy Brewer be at the Tom Kiefer show?
He could play any
That's
instrument.
fine as long as he's not standing in front of me. Heartbreak Station.
Which one do you want to close out the segment when that comes up?
Yeah, it's tough. Let's do Coming Home when we get the chance. Now, for you Pigs fans, this team is capable. I don't have to go off again about how this team is capable of winning the whole schmear. They've got themselves in a hole. I am in no way, shape, or form giving up hope on this club, because they can do this. They've got the players to do this. And maybe even they have history on their side. Randy, you and I, over the years, we've talked a lot about the history. Someone sent me a beautiful picture this morning. It's a picture of Andrew Brunette when he retired Patrick Waugh.
Yeah.
In 2003 with one of the most underrated goals in the history of hockey. Brunette's goal against Waugh in 2003 in Game 7 of that friggin' series. The last time Colorado lost a series after having a 3-1 lead was 2003 against the Minnesota Wild, and that incredible goal by Andrew Brunette, assisted by Sergei Zholtak. Thank you for that picture. Brings back great memories. Oh, who do I have here in the picture with Brunette? I've got Jimmy Dowd. He's in there, former member of the Half-Ass Morning Show. There it is, Cubby, right after.
That's awesome.
He got it done. It was announced yesterday that Pigs general manager Bill Guerin is a finalist for the Jim Gregory General Manager of the Year award. Well, then, the Jim Gregory. That award has been presented annually for the last 9-10 years. It doesn't go back terribly far.
That would be great if we wins it, because this town is starved for a Gregory. We've just been chasing that for years.
I'm glad you said it.
I agree with you. It's all I hear people talk about.
I'm just worried about the city of St. Paul if we're going to burn it down if we bring home the Gregory.
This is presented to the general manager who best excelled at his role during the regular season. Isn't that cute? And, I mean, by damn, we said it a couple days ago. Bill Guerin did make all the right moves this year. He did. A feller called Chris McFarland, who works for the Colorado Avalanche, is up for the award also. And, the little red ball of hate, Pat Verbeek, is up for the award. Currently the general manager of the Anaheim Ducks. I didn't know that. The little red ball of hate was one of my favorite NHL players to watch. He's up for the award as well. The Greg Helms. What did I say? No, Gregory Helms is a wrestler. What did the Jim Gregory. Oh, my God.
There you go. You got it.
Gregory Helms, he was the Hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe I did that. General Manager of the Year. Last night in the National Hockey League, Buffalo beat Montreal. That series is tied. Vegas beat Anaheim. The Golden Showers, whatever their club name is, they...
I mean, it's fitting.
Who's their mascot? What's the Golden Showers mascot?
Oh, it would be PDP Cup, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We met PDP Cup. What a wonderful mascot.
Your name isn't Roseanne. Janelle, I'm having trouble with names here. Have you ever done any events with PDP Cup?
I don't think so.
What was he advocating? STD tests or something?
What was that?
It's a mascot.
It was a urine sample for health partners, right?
Yeah, he's a urine sample cup. He's got arms and legs and googly eyes, and he shows up at events now and again. PDP Cup.
I saw him at Saints games.
Yeah, you haven't had the pleasure?
I never have.
We'll get you a P Cup.
They mopped up all the diarrhea over there at Montreal's hockey rink. As we continue this theme of bodily fluids, the Frost and the Victoire were able to play their deciding game last night, but the Frizost, Lizost, they're going to miss out on the Walter Cup for the first time in 3 years, right?
Yeah, didn't they three-peat?
Didn't they?
Yeah.
Did they win the first three? Is that how it went?
At least the first two.
Yeah, I can't remember which way it was.
Well, now we really need the Gregory in town.
Now that the Frost have let us down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Walter's gone.
Pardon me?
I said now that the Walter's gone, we need the Gregory.
Yeah. People are telling us, Josh, that the mascot for the Las Vegas Golden Showers is a stalk of asparagus.
Oh, boy. That would be memorable.
PDP Cup, people are telling us, goes to events to advocate for drug tests. Is that what he does?
I remember it was like promoting their website to say you could get test results, I thought. So maybe it was drug tests.
Telling folks to go out and get yourself a drug test.
Do you remember, didn't they also have Pokey Syringe?
Yeah.
That was the cohort.
Mm-hmm.
Pokey Syringe.
When did this happen? I don't remember.
Oh, it's had to be like almost 20 years ago. It was a long time.
We went to a few events quite a few years ago where mascots were a thing. Maybe it was who someone said a Saints game.
Yeah,
they have a lot of fun mascots running around, and we just crossed paths with PDP Cup and Pokey the Syringe.
Oh yeah, here it is. It was 2008, and he was a spokes cup. PDP Cup,
not a spokesman.
He was a spokes cup.
What was the syringes bit? Like,
It would get you high on heroin.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And then
you test for it.
Yeah, someone texted in and said to advocate for drug tests. What am I looking for? The high score? The Twins did get a win at home last night. They beat the Miami Marlins, and you don't really get this stuff anymore. Twins starter Bailey Ober pitched a shutout, a complete game, a two-hitter. It was his first career shutout, his third career complete game. Twins beat Miami 3-0. 3-0.
About as efficient as you can get. 89 pitches in 9 innings.
Jesus.
But I saw a note. He's the first Twins pitcher to throw a shutout on less than 90 pitches since 1992.
I'm sorry, one more time?
First Twins pitcher to throw a shutout, complete game shutout, with fewer than 90 pitches since 1992.
Okay, do you want us to try to guess who that pitcher was?
Yeah, actually I do, because I have the name. I'm looking at it right now. You'll never get it.
Oh, if we'll never get it, then it's not going to be any
No.
fun. Well, I'm sure I'll recognize the name and maybe even possibly be able to give you the jersey number. Was it Alan Anderson?
Oh no, I bet you can't give me the jersey number,
Okay,
actually.
letter Buck.
Bill Kruger.
49.
Got to look that up. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Bill Kruger?
Yeah.
Bill Kruger.
I don't even remember.
They called him
Bill
Old
Kruger.
Big Nuts, I think. Big Nuts Bill Kruger.
God,
he had
that
to wear
name,
a double-sized cup.
that name does not even register with me.
You never met Old Big Nuts?
I did not.
Looks like he's 22, but when he played in Milwaukee, he was 47. So maybe you're thinking of that.
Yeah, add
Looks
that
like
up.
he
It's
was
49.
32 with the
It
Twins.
is?
He was 32 with the
Oh,
Twins.
32. I misread.
That's at any rate, that's a long time ago and quite impressive. 89 pitches for Bailey
Yeah,
Over.
he was really wow. That's if it wasn't for the Wolves game last night, I probably would have glanced at this game a little bit, and that's impressive. That game. How long did the game last? What was the time?
I'm looking at that right now. Time of game 2:07.
2:07.
Man.
I mean, you barely
2:07.
sat down in the game's already halfway done.
Well, you could have gone to the Twins game and watched most of the Wolves game.
Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
time you got
That's
home.
crazy.
2 hours and 7 minutes. I hope there was no 24-year-old kid with a hilarious Top Gun mustache trying to do the 999 challenge last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's not giving you a lot
Yeah,
of room.
Here's the
They
one
start
thing.
those games at 6:40 during the week too, so you could have been
Yeah.
out of there and home before 9:00 last night.
Yeah. Here's the one thing that I noticed when I look at the box score this morning. Look who's batting last for the Twins.
Oh, it's Royce Lewis.
Royce
Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah.
He's batting last.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's been doing quite a bit of that.
isn't that unbelievable where
Yeah.
he is right now? If anybody
see
on
his-
that roster needs a change of scenery, it's Royce Lewis right now.
Do you see his average next to the box score there,
No,
Randy?
I see it. No, I see that, and that's why I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, what a fall from grace for a guy who we all thought 3 years ago was going to be an everyday superstar player, and he just is. He's batting last on a roster that's,
yeah.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
The Twins were getting peppered on social media last night because it was their one of 2 Bark in the Park nights. And people pointed out that if you want to go to Bark in the Park, you pay $47.50 for a ticket for yourself. And then you also pay another $47.50 for your dog.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We went to one at the Saints game. I don't remember us paying extra for the dog.
I would never in the million
That's a
years
true
do
story.
that.
That's a true story.
Wow.
So you're spending damn near $100 to bring your dog to a Twins game.
That's so
Yeah,
stupid
I
just
can
for them
see
to be
paying an
stressed
extra 10
out.
to $15 for like admin costs to clean up and stuff,
Yeah.
but not a full price ticket.
You know what?
That's
I'm
BS.
gonna test him next time around. What if the dog is dead?
Jesus.
Yeah, they're going to have to you'll be the guy that makes them write that in the fine print.
Yes. You want
Dog
to
must be alive.
charge me $47.50 for this thing? It's limp. It's dead.
That's
Someone's
just really
gotta-
surprising to me because of service dogs too. Like I wonder how they were able to make that distinction.
No, I bet that's not part of it. Because if you buy the Bark and the Harkety Dark,
Bark
you're
in the
in
Park.
Dana, someone's got to do something to stir things up over there. I'm bringing a dead dog to
Do
Bark
it.
in the Park.
Don't do that.
Some people are trying to defend the Twins. Well, technically, the dog takes up a seat. It wasn't standing room only last night at the ballpark.
Not all of them. Not all of them take up
I'm
a
going
seat.
to tell the guy at the front gate, I'm going to say, I can't promise it's going to bark.
Jesus.
But he's at the park.
You can promise it's not going to go to the bathroom.
Can I
I
tell
can
my...
just picture you dragging this dog
Yeah.
behind you.
Can I tell my dead dog story again when my dog died in my arms?
No.
And then was brought back to life 10 minutes later? It was one of the most... This is partially my fault. I went to the vet with my 19-year-old dachshund. Some bitch couldn't hear. He couldn't see. You know.
Poor dog.
I don't know why the hell I brought him there in the first place.
Just let him die in peace.
And the vet wasn't paying attention either, really. So I must have been there for a reason. And the vet says, do you want me to update him on his shots? Well, of course, I should have said, well, no, he's 19. I mean, he's going to walk into the light any friggin' day. Well, actually, the dog wasn't 19. I think he was 17, okay? But that's older in the hills,
Yeah,
right?
that doesn't change much.
I wasn't paying attention. The vet wasn't paying attention. And so he pumps a couple of shots into the dog, typical stuff, whatever updates needed to be done. It wasn't my regular vet. That's probably why and maybe he didn't notice that the damn thing was blind and deaf. Anyway, the shots are done. I'm carrying it's a dachshund, so I'm carrying it like a football. And I walk up to the front desk, and I'm signing the bill. And all of a sudden, I felt that dog just go, wow. And it felt like I had a wet towel on my arm. The dog just brrr. And I looked at the dog, and I looked at the front desk lady, and I pointed at the dog, and I said, this doesn't look good. And she looks at the dog, and she goes, ah! And screams for the vet. The vet comes running out, and the dog is dead. And the vet goes into a full panic, grabs the dead dog out of my arms, and runs to the back. Now, this was my beloved dog for 17 years, but I got to be totally honest with you. I kind of thought, well, fair enough. You know what I mean?
He went in peace.
He was 17 years old. I wasn't entirely sure what had happened, but it dawned on me fairly quickly, oh, Christ, those shots probably were too much for his. The front desk lady says, go on home. We'll give you a call. The vet's working on him. We'll give you a call. I don't know, half hour later, they called and said he's back. The vet pumped some adrenaline or something into the dog, and he was back. When I went to pick him up, the vet was in tears. He felt so awful, and I said, "Hey, man, don't let it bother you. Accidents happen. He's 17 years old. He's fragile as all hell." I said, "Don't worry about it." And the friggin' dog lived another 2 years.
I'm picturing those paddles they use to, jumpstart the heart, but little tiny puppy ones.
Yeah. Tonight, the Twins and Marlins play. Simeon Woods Richardson gonna go ahead. What else do I have here that you might dig?
Lynx won last night, last night, won their first game of the year. Nia Coffey, Richard Coffey's daughter, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Nafisa Collier didn't play. He's got an ankle injury, but they won their first game last night.
I'm biting my lower lip. Maybe Brad Ryder is also trying to keep myself from going on and on about Richard Coffey.
Yeah.
But what a great player he was at the University of Minnesota.
Just a great group of guys at that time.
Yeah. Happy that his kids are having so much success in the game.
Yes, they are. His son's playing in the NBA. His daughter's in the WNBA. It's impressive.
He's done a little TV work for high school tournaments in the past, too.
Yep.
Richard Coffey has.
Richard Coffey. Finally, before we go, the old Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
That's still a thing?
That's what I ask myself every year. I forget about it. I forget that it's still a thing, but it is.
Wasn't it like not an athlete last time? I feel like it should only be athletes.
That's typically not an athlete. They're always models.
Yeah, that's odd to me.
Well, they were models, and then they went to athletes, and now they do a little of both.
Yeah.
Right?
As long as they were once athletes at one point in their life,
they had to play
totally
T-ball if they wanted to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
like a professional athlete.
I know what you're saying.
Or else it's completely stupid to me.
The swimsuit edition, it has to be an athlete?
Well,
because it's Sports
Illustrated. It's Sports Illustrated, yeah.
Oh, well, that's not how they did it for many years.
No.
So hopefully you can get past that. They had Elle McPherson and Kathy Ireland and
Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks. Who was the one that married Rod Stewart?
Oh yeah,
Rachel
Hunter.
Rachel Hunter.
Yeah.
Rachel Hunter, yeah.
And that brings up a cold-blooded story, by the way. Anyway, Hillary Duff. I've heard the name. She was a child television star.
Lizzie McGuire.
Okay, Lizzie and McGuire?
Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
This was big news for guys my age.
It was a teeny bop show when I was a kid.
She's one of the 4 cover models for the 20 and 26 Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition alongside one of these names I recognize. It would be the middle one. Alex Earl is one. I don't know her. Tiffany Haddish, that rings a bell.
I've seen her before.
She's an athlete, or
She's a comedian.
Yeah, she's
okay.
Actress.
And Nicole Williams English. Those are the 4 women who will be on the cover for this year's thing.
I don't want to see Hillary Duff half naked. That makes me uncomfortable.
Did you watch the promo video?
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking Nick. No, I didn't.
Yeah, I was asking you if you watched the promo. I mean, they made like a pretty big deal out of it, like the reveal.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that makes me uncomfortable. When I think of her, I just think of her as a child. So I don't want to see her.
Well, then what the hell do you make of Hannah Montana, for Christ's sake?
That makes me uncomfortable, too.
I mean, Hillary Duff's in a one-piece bikini. If that makes you uncomfortable, what's her name? What's Hannah Montana's name?
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus was taking a piss on a sidewalk a few years ago.
Very unsettling. Very.
Right, Cubby? Didn't they have video of her? She said, I'm going to take a leak on the sidewalk.
Quite a few things, yeah. That one I know what you're saying because my daughter, she still loves Miley Cyrus. As a matter of fact, her car is named, she has various things she names regarding something to do with Miley Cyrus. But yeah, I knew her as Hannah Montana. I saw some of that stuff. I was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I know what you're saying.
Miley Cyrus is running around town licking fire hydrants and whizzing on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I tried to ignore that.
Yeah, Hillary Duff's just in a professional photo shoot in a bikini.
I'd heard the name, but I didn't know what she was known for.
What about, you used to like that little Canadian kid, not Martin Short. I know what everyone's thinking.
Justin Bieber?
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Is he allowed to mature and be sexual?
I actually don't find him attractive in that way, and I think part of it is because when I picture him, I just picture like the little 14-year-old singing on YouTube.
What about the kid from A Christmas Story? Is it okay that he did some porno movies?
No, we don't talk about that.
It wasn't Ralphie.
No, not Ralphie.
Yeah,
it was one of his...
Slick, or I forget who did. I'll have to look that up.
I don't like the movie, so I don't know the character name, but one of the kids from Christmas Story went on to do porno movies.
I blocked that out.
For like a week. So, Ashley, you don't like it when child stars evolve, mature, and become sexual beings?
No, not if they were a big part of my childhood.
Who are we missing? Janel Klein, who was your favorite child star? Let's find out if they did wrong.
Well, I think Corey Feldman did some porn, didn't he?
No.
Corey, I'm trying to picture who Corey Feldman is.
Corey Feldman? One of the Corys from the 80s.
Corey Feldman.
Sure, from...
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, right.
Yeah.
Did he do porno movies?
No, he didn't.
Didn't Screech from Saved by the Bell?
Screech did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite child star growing up, Janelle?
You guys know this. I didn't watch TV when I was growing up. So I'm like, that's really bad. I did watch Saved by the Bell with Screech. So.
Oh, yeah, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of any that did any wrong except for him.
You know who never did anything wrong?
Who?
He started young, and he never did a damn thing wrong all the way up to the day that he died. Davy Jones.
Oh
yeah.
I love Davy Jones.
Good example.
Yeah.
My favorite child star was Lassie, and she never did anything.
No, she would never.
She was a good girl.
She was always a good girl.
From birth from puppy to death.
Always a good girl.
Yes, you are.
You are, Lassie.
Unlike Flipper, who went through that crack phase.
Oh, man, yeah.
That got bad.
You're right.
Yeah.
Sex scandals.
That bottlenose dolphin.
That's funny.
I don't even think we can talk about Mr. Ed, the kind of stuff he was involved in.
Jesus.
Ashley gets uncomfortable sometimes. Someone texted in and said, what was her name, Hillary Duff?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Hillary Duff has cake.
She does.
And also, Jesus, all my life, I've idolized the guy and thought that he never did anything. Remember what I said about Davy Jones?
Never did anything wrong.
From the word go, he was this beautiful human being until the day that he, too old to be stoned at work, Jesus texted and told me he's sorry to tell me this, but Davy Jones was the Zodiac killer.
Oh,
what the hell?
You've got to be kidding me.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
The Hammer Alley Podcast, an 80s flashback mockumentary.
Back in the 80s, there were 1,000 bands trying to make it in the world of rock, but there was one band that had it all, Hammer Alley.
Whatever happened to Hammer Alley?
How did they go from top of the rock?
I'm looking for a music video. They're a band from 1987, Hammer Alley. Ever heard of them?
To rock bottom.
Dude, I was born in 1987.
Oh.
I can't believe he's doing this.
Hammer Alley.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Half-Ass Morning Show, 93X.
Yes, hello, welcome back. Thanks for being part of our very special Janel Klein reunion show this morning. I'll say it again, we're so happy to see you back in the building, Janelle.
What a treat to be here. I just love you guys, missed you very much.
We missed you as well.
Thanks for having me.
You told us you've been working your little ass off, working for the NBA, for the playoff and whatnot.
A little bit.
What about a fun Jungle Jane summer-style vacation? Are you a summer vacation type of a person?
I would say less in the summer just because I love Minnesota so much, as we all do. But I'm not against it. Like, I would say, like, as a kid, we used to do a ton of those. You know?
Where'd you go as a kid with the family?
Well, my parents worked in education, so they always had summers off. So then we would always do, like, a big road trip somewhere or, you know, sometimes fly, too. But, yeah, all over.
Give us the highlight and give us the road trip or airplane ride that was totally miserable and you wish you would have been anywhere but there.
Oh, God. Well, I have some crazy stories that no one really cares to hear, but I remember one time, probably like second.
Josh would care to hear them.
Well, Josh, you and I will get together, and I'll tell you my dumb, boring kid vacation stories. I remember being like second or third grade. We drove to Florida to go to Disney World.
Oh my God,
that's a haul.
That's a long way.
How old were you? I'm sorry.
Probably like second or third grade.
Oh, I bet you didn't care, did you, about the drive? You were so excited to go to Disney.
So excited.
Two adults, how many kids in the car?
Just me and my sister in the back seat.
You were like Rusty and Audrey back there.
So cool. And the highlight was Chuck E. Cheese in St. Louis.
It wasn't Disney World, it was Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, I mean, Disney was cool too.
Jeez, it was kind of like the Griswolds. You stopped in St. Louis.
Right.
Only you probably knew where you were going at the time. The Griswolds had a little trouble when they swung through St. Louis.
Right.
You stopped in St. Louis, went to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yep. Graceland in Memphis, so we went there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I had no idea who Elvis was and didn't care, but, you know, still, as a kid, you don't care. You just go to whatever.
Yeah, you're out doing things with your parents. You're having a blast.
And you ended
getting
up
pizza.
And yeah, exactly.
Ended up in Florida at Disney World.
Yes.
So that was one of the highlights.
Yeah.
What about a family vacation that kind of turned out to be a turd?
You know, we always had pretty fun times. I will say this. So my dad is from South Dakota, and he would go to Mount Rushmore like every day if you would let him.
Here we go.
I want to go. These guys tell me it's not worth it.
No, I think it's worth it. I 100% think it's worth it.
I mean, it's cool, but it's like, okay, you look at it, and then you're like, now what?
It's funny.
100%.
It's funny that you say this because just a few days ago, we were having a conversation on whether or not we enjoyed our trip to Mount Rushmore. Dana and I both thought it was exactly the way you described. You looked at it, you appreciate it for about 10 seconds, and then you think to yourself, now what?
Yeah.
Ashley enjoyed it. Josh is yet to go. And I think, Josh, you came off kind of surprised at how, what's the word? Dana and I were so blank
Underwhelmed
by the experience.
I thought about going this year, you know, the 250th.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if you can even get anywhere close to it.
Oh, probably not. It gets busy on like a regular day.
You'll have your wallet lifted and your ass kicked within 10 minutes. There'll be so many people at the 200.
But for America.
It is so cool. It is faces carved into rock. That is incredible. Incredible.
The only incredible part about Ashley was the ice cream cone I got at the gift shop.
Their ice cream is really good. Everybody gets it. That is very true.
Can I get a twist cone?
But I loved it.
Faces carved in a rock. Okay, yeah. Again, but that
You know how much effort that takes?
I'm sure it takes a hell of a lot of effort, but how long is it supposed to hold me there?
I feel like you
They do
have
fireworks, too,
You
on
got to
certain
plan
days.
stuff on the way though, which is kind of hard in South Dakota. But you got to do like Wall Drug, and you got to
Yes.
do like Hot Springs, and you got to do like other stuff.
Oh, yeah, I want to do
right?
Black Hills, Deadwood.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deadwood. You
What
got to
the-
do the other stuff.
I did that whole entire trip when I was in high school with my boyfriend at the time's family, and it was one of the funnest trips I've ever been on. Like I want to go back to South Dakota.
All right, what do you make of this now? Oh, my damn. Well, first off, there's a somewhat interesting story going around about how less and less people are going on vacations this summer. The cost, the this, the that.
Totally understand.
Yeah, no kidding.
Gas prices.
It affects everything.
You know, maniacs running around. I was texted, a listener texted with, this is a very unique vacation idea. This listener says he and a friend enjoy visiting rundown neighborhoods. So this year they're going to go to Milwaukee, Gary, Indiana, Lansing, Michigan, Cleveland, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, and St. Louis.
Are you trying to die?
This is a unique thing. I mean, hell, I know people who visit graveyards and think it's very interesting. This is according to a listener, their vacation idea. They enjoy hitting up, what do they call it again?
Dying cities?
Rundown neighborhoods.
Cities? Yeah.
Why?
I don't
Does
know.
he say why?
He does not say
Is
why.
it to like make fun of them? Or
I don't know their motivation, but it is very unique.
Maybe kind of similar. My ex and I, we had a run about 5-6 years in a row where we spent Valentine's Day weekend in lovely Des Moines, Iowa.
Just because it's...
Oh, isn't that like something weird with you though?
Oh, there's an arcade there that we really liked, so we just that'd be the weekend. We'd go down there to the arcade.
We really liked?
No, yeah, she was huge into vintage video games too.
She was, okay.
Yeah, and they have actually Des Moines is a very fun city. They have a lot of cool bars, a lot of
they
cool
do.
restaurants.
That's the one. That's the one that has like the bridge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that
they have
place
a
is pretty
bridge.
cool.
They have a bridge in that city.
Yeah, that place is pretty cool.
Des Moines, Iowa. All right. Well, I remember driving through Detroit in 1996. I saw some things that I saw some damn things.
I imagine it's a lot worse now.
No, I've heard Detroit's gotten a lot better.
No,
Really?
it's completely different.
That surprises me. Usually it goes, keeps going downhill.
A friend of mine who goes there every year says it is absolutely a different world than it was in the 80s and the 90s.
My parents went there. The Gophers played a bowl game a couple of years ago, so they went to that bowl game.
Oh, yeah.
And my parents, like, if they see a teenager walking down the street, they get frightened. And they said they felt perfectly safe in Detroit. So, I mean, that says a lot. If my parents thought Detroit was safe and clean and wonderful, then they have made a comeback.
So they don't have teenagers there, you're saying?
Yeah, no teenagers allowed in downtown Detroit proper.
I've never heard of that before. Going to the worst neighborhoods you could imagine. That's something. Maybe he'll get back to us and tell us what motivates them on this trip.
It's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. You know how people just there's a certain thing, a little quirk that they want to go. Like this isn't really a quirk maybe, but my mother-in-law wants to see all the Major League Baseball parts before she dies.
That's such a dream.
At least
mine.
in the American League. For sure the American League, and if she can make it to both, that'd be great. So that's something she wants to do.
How far away is she from completing her goal?
I think she's halfway there, maybe a little more. I'll have to ask her.
Jeez, that's a lot left to go.
Yeah, there are.
I mean, what are there, 30 teams?
32? Yeah, I'm not sure.
31, too.
Thank you for the text coming in. I'm going to have to save some of these texts about all the cool places in South Dakota to go see. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, Mount Rushmore, worth it. And you can take a helicopter ride over it.
Yes, you can. Is that South Dakota? That's Deadwood, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Deadwood is so cool, Josh. They do like reenactments there in like the street. It's
I
super
want to
sweet.
do that.
Yeah.
Also, a Crazy Horse. I'd like to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, when we drove through Detroit, we were going there to see the very first Kiss reunion concert. When they originally got back together in 1996, my buddy Dane and I were so excited we couldn't control ourselves. And for a year, that Kiss reunion was perfect. They sold out shows wherever they went. They got along. It was just beautiful. So we wanted to be at the very first official Kiss reunion show, so we drove to Detroit, Michigan in the hot-ass summer of 96. And my dad, being an over-the-road truck driver, I asked him, where do I want to go and where do I not want to go in Detroit? And he said, well, when you get to this point and this road and this, don't go down. For those of you who know the neighborhood, I'm just throwing this out there to help the story. Don't go down Highway 8. He said, of all places, don't drive Highway 8 into Detroit, right? So Dane and I are exhausted. We're almost there. I actually was asleep in the passenger seat, and I woke up, and it looked like we were in a how do you say it, Josh?
Post-apocalyptic?
Movie.
Was it 8 Mile?
Oh, no. See, again, I was just throwing the number out there. No. I woke up, and Dane said, yeah, you know that turn your dad warned us not to make? And I said, yeah. And he said, I think I made it. So this long stretch of highway going into Detroit, the majority of everything we saw was burned out buildings. It was really, truly unbelievable. And I'd seen some things up to that point in my life, but I'd never seen anything like that. We were basically the only people on the road because no one else was dumb enough to take that stretch. Anyway, the highlight of that tense handful of miles until we got to the ballpark, the show was at Tiger Stadium. At one point or another, we were past. Remember, this was the Kiss reunion show, and the hundreds of thousands of people came to Detroit for this event. It was a huge deal for Kiss fans. We got past a dude in the left-hand shoulder, passed us going about 100 miles an hour in a Dodge Omni, and he was dressed head to toe like Peter Criss. He had the outfit, he had the makeup, he had the wig. Whoom! He goes blowing past us, and I said, dude, somebody is dying to get to this show even worse than we are, right? About 5 minutes later, we pass Peter Criss standing on the outside of his destroyed Dodge Omni because the poor bastard lost control and hit a telephone pole or something like that. So there's this poor guy with his broken Dodge Omni and the police everywhere standing there with the sad Peter Criss look on his face. I don't know if you ever made it to the show, but that was something.
All right, based on all the texts, and thanks everyone for texting in, 651-989-9393 if you want to chime in too. I got to go to South Dakota. I got to see all these different things. People are coming up with
You would love it, Josh.
So if we take some time off around the 4th, I got to go.
You do.
I'm going to pack up a cooler of Diet American Dew, and I'm going to head out there and celebrate the 250th in style.
Dude, can I come with?
What have they been saying to you that has you convinced now?
Just how cool it is, and the
It
whole
really
area.
is.
And I'm trying to keep up. Again, there's a lot of people who have gone out there and really enjoy a lot. I think I saw something called the Wind Caves. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with it.
And it's not that far to go to, I think it's Wyoming. I'm not really good at geographical type of things. But, and they have the Devil's Tower there. That's super dope.
Don't text about my mom. I see him coming in. Don't do that.
Devil's Tower?
I said Devil's Tower.
Devil's Three-Way.
Hey, Cubby, we hope you have a great time. I mean, I made that trip, Jesus, how old am I now?
54.
This is 35 years ago, you know.
And also,
I thought it was okay. You know, we stopped there and here. We saw Crazy Horse, Mount Rushmore, all of these things. I wasn't terribly thrilled by it. I hope you have the time of your life. It just didn't grab me in the moment.
I think it's the length of the drive. If it was like 2 hours away, I'm sure I would have loved it a lot more. It's just kind of, you drive 10 hours and you're just kind of, But I think I would have appreciated more if it was a shorter drive.
I liked long drives, but I hear what you're saying. So that reminds me, Dana, I'm going to need to borrow / never plan to repay some gas money.
Perfect.
I bet that's going to be expensive.
I'll go start siphoning some cars overnight tonight.
Yeah, just drill into lifted trucks gas tanks.
There
That's
you
what
go.
the new trend is.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
We're about done here. Janel Klein has been hanging out with us this morning. It's been a long time since Janel spent some time with the program, and it's been fun.
It's been a blast.
We hope you come back
For
sometime soon. We know you're a busy lady. We got to talking about vacations. Janelle was telling us every summer her family would travel together to the AVN Awards. And
Avian Awards. Bird
have a
theme.
great. No, your family would go on a vacation every summer together.
Yep.
You'd pile into the car, You'd go to Florida. You'd go to, what were some other places again? I can't remember.
Oh, gosh. I mean, we flew sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we went all over.
Airplane
My parents
rides.
love travel, yeah.
Josh wants to go to the damn Black Hills and see the friggin' Mount Rushmore setup and all that. He wants to go so bad he can taste it.
I want to see everything. All these great texts coming in with suggestions. Yeah, like I said, if we take some time off around the 4th, that'd be worth going, I think. But I just need the gas money, if you don't mind.
Got a text message from a listener who claims he and his friend like to go on really unique road trip type vacations, including doing a tour of some of the most run-down cities you could think of. At least, the image of these cities is that they're run down and crime-ridden and things like that. People have unique ideas like that. I mentioned, I know people who get a rise out of visiting graveyards and taking pictures of the tombstones and dark things like that. Now, how about this idea? What does this say? Oh, apparently there's a guy out there, who, a listener I wouldn't know, but a listener convinces me this is some kind of a popular YouTube-type guy who travels to different places immediately after a natural disaster.
Oh, wow.
Because he's somehow drawn to that.
Huh.
So a tornado whips through a small town. The guy goes and hangs out there for a few days.
I hope he's helping. Get out of there if you're not helping.
A tsunami, I don't know. I wasn't aware of things like this. The dark vibe road trip or vacation. I wasn't aware of that.
There's a lot of YouTubers, too, that visit abandoned locations, like abandoned malls, abandoned amusement parks, and kind of tours around and looks at them.
Yeah, that looks sweet.
They dig that, huh?
Yeah. And I'll admit, I've seen some of them. It's kind of fascinating stuff.
Here's where the Orange Julius used to be. And they stay inside? They're allowed to stay inside?
No, they usually have to break in.
Because those places are haunted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Josh, don't go to the Corn Palace. Over and over again, people are telling you not to go to the Corn Palace.
No, yeah, you can skip right over that.
Yeah, there has not been one person that I've seen who has recommended the Corn Palace. It's been quite the opposite.
It's not even completely made out of corn. That's what I was looking for.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's just filled with corn things, corn statue. I thought the whole entire building was going to be just fresh corn that you buy from the store.
The whole world is a lie.
Yeah.
I have
Pissed
been
me off.
there, but again, it was 35 years ago. I don't remember much about the corn. Have you been there, Janelle?
Oh,
Klein?
yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I think I got some corn-flavored gum when I was there. Stupid.
Gross.
Oh, really? I'd try that, even though it does sound gross.
It was disgusting. That and bacon gum. Have you guys ever tried bacon gum? Trash. Not worth it.
Kind of glad we moved past the everything needs to be bacon flavored phase.
Yeah, that's weird.
If I'm going to chew corn gum or bacon gum, I'm not so worried about myself. I'm worried about the next person I have a conversation with face to face. They're going to be disgusted. Corn gum breath. That doesn't seem right. Before we go, we got texted quite a bit on this, and we never really had the time to get around to it, but we do now. A lot of our listeners were pretty bummed out by the passing of an actor by the name of Donald Gibb. I could not even make out what that was.
Nerds.
Oh, Don Gibb when he was Ogre. Sorry, it didn't compute in my ears there. Hit it one more time. Nerd! From Revenge of the Nerds, Donald Gibb, who played Ogre in that wonderful, wonderful movie from 1984, he has passed away.
Yeah, it's too bad. I was very intimidated by him when I was a kid watching that movie. He scared me. I wouldn't want to be on his bad side. Those nerds were in trouble.
Boy, that burping contest he had with...
Oh, he dominated. I just tried to load that up, but our computer's not working.
The burping contest that he had with Dudley Dawson, otherwise known as Booger. And Ogre's real name was Polowatsky? I wish I could remember the first name. Ogre is gone.
Frederick Polowatsky.
Frederick Polowatsky.
Frederick Aloysius Polowatsky.
Aloysius or Aloysius?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, and you know what? That's not my problem.
I just took a flyer on it, Josh, and I'd try to sound confident with it, but I have no idea.
I could be wrong.
Also starred in, Josh, did you follow the Bloodsport movie series?
No, but it seems like I should have.
I remember a little bit of Donald
My
Gibb
folks wouldn't let me.
And then the old HBO football sitcom called First and 10.
I hadn't I read about that one, but I'd never heard of it. You had?
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have HBO, though.
When I would visit friends' places in the 80s, my friends who had cable, I would try to get them to turn on First and 10 because I was such a football fan back then. And it was a funny show. So to the friends and family of Donald Gibb, our condolences. He was a very funny, very capable comedy supporting actor, Donald Gibb was. Revenge of the Nerds is legendary.
Yeah. Played a good tough guy.
Janelle, thanks for everything.
Oh, so good to be here, guys.
And we hope to see you very soon.
For sure.
We got to get the hell out of here. We'll be back at 5:40 tomorrow morning.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.